Danfo offers unparalleled, curated, and bespoke tours across Africa for travelers seeking genuine cultural experiences, enriched with magnificent sights, sounds, and flavors found on the continent. Each trip is reliably curated to ensure visitors are gifted with an immersive and authentic adventure. Whether you find yourself strolling along the charming white sand beaches of Sierra Leone, feasting on the mouth-watering delicious foods in Senegal, observing or partaking in various aspects of the Isheshi traditional system Ifa native to Yoruba land, Nigeria, with Danfo, you will rediscover a fulfilling sense of kinship to the true heart of the motherland, her communities. Our core values focus on integrity, quality, safety, and sustainability. We are uniquely committed to assisting with the advancement of African infrastructure and promoting African businesses, so both travelers and the communities they visit receive beneficial exchanges. At Danfo, we understand the importance of connectivity, and we have created a model which provides bespoke experiences based on your passions or hobbies. With us, expect a long-lasting spiritual bond between you and your destinations. Live, love, Danfo Africa. To learn more, visit danfo.africa.
Peace, family. We are live again. Dynasty Mirror Search for Huru. Thank you all. Thanks so much for joining. You guys know the drill. Hit the like button. Make sure you share. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure your mama, your auntie, your cousins, your aunts, all your family, make sure they tune in on this Thursday night here in Atlanta. Yeah, I think, spring is here. We've gotten through the cold spells. I was kind of concerned a couple weeks ago, but now we should be good to go. We should be good to go, y'all. And go Dogs, y'all. Still rocking the Bulldogs, y'all. Go Dogs, But hit that like button, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe. Yeah, man. Got a couple of announcements. Announcement number one, we are rolling to Senegal. Again, we are rolling to Senegal. That is going to be May 9th through the 18th. May 9th through the 18th. We're going to Senegal for the Jazz Festival. If you're interested in joining us, please visit Danfo Africa. We are also rolling to Nigeria in August for the Oshun Festival. Then we're going to Zanzibar in September. And then we're going to follow it all up with Ghana and Ivory Coast and Sierra Leone in November. If you're interested in joining, please visit Danfo. That's DANFO.Africa to learn more. How's everyone doing out there? Again, how's everyone doing out there? Everyone good? Everyone happy? All right, so tonight's topic. The one thing people aren't talking about really in regards to this America versus Iran, and now the whole Middle East is involved, is how can this be a win for Africa? How can this be a win for Africa? And I'm going to tell you how, if you ask me. So number one, tourism. Shout out to Brother Taharka, who's brought this up. Tourism. Now with everything that's going on in Mexico. And I knew something was up with Mexico years ago. Because, so when I was working in sales, we would have these trips at the end of the fiscal year where if you hit a certain sales number or hit a sales goal, they would send you on an all expense paid trip to a resort in Cancun where the food was absolutely disgusting. I swear that resort food in Cancun that some of these resorts went to was by far the worst food I have ever eaten in my life. The food was absolutely terrible. But one year they stopped going, my company, and they said the reason why they stopped going was because of the no, whatchamacallit, the cartels. And then of course, I don't hear black folks. Then there was the Tulum rage. And I ain't hearing about black folks all of a sudden talking about Tulum, Mexico. Like that was the thing. I'm going to Tulum, Mexico. I'm buying real estate in Tulum, Mexico. Where's the Tulum, Mexico crowd? What happened to Tulum, Mexico? Y'all ain't going to Tulum no more? I remember everybody was going to Tulum. It was Tulum, Mexico. We going to Tulum, Mexico. What happened to Tulum? But of course, Tulum is cartel ran as well. So then now there's Dubai. Everybody wants to go to Dubai. No, everybody's going to the Middle East, especially Dubai. Now Dubai, Iran is dropping bombs all over the Middle East, even Dubai, even the Dubai airport. So now some people are stranded. And I know some people are like, hell nah, we ain't going back to the Middle East for a minute. So that is an opportunity for Africa when it comes to tourism. For folks now to go to Africa and that being a serious tourism option. Also, with what is going on in the Middle East, there needs to be another airport hub. So that is a great opportunity for Ethiopian Airlines and Addis Ababa for being that hub because of the location as far as getting to the Middle East, getting to Asia, coming to America, because you can fly direct from Addis Ababa back to America, to DC, to Newark, New Jersey, to New York, and I think Chicago and Atlanta. You can fly direct to Addis Ababa from Atlanta as well. So now there's another option as far as international flights to get to that part of the world. If you're coming, especially if you're coming from the East Coast of America, you now have Ethiopian Airlines, which could be a major hub in Addis Ababa. Only the Sahel Alliance, Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso, the rest of the West. Some black ass sellouts love being slaves. Okay, all right. So you have that. Addis Ababa. Now you have the issue with the oil. So you got Nigeria now with Dangote and its oil factory. Why can't that be a major oil hub now? Now, some of you guys are more educated than me on oil, but I know gas prices is up. Last week, gas was like here in Atlanta. Gas was at like $2.80 by my house per gallon. Today's at $3.49. So that's 60 cents we're talking about. So why can't Dangote fill in for the gas when it comes to the gas? Guys, links in the chat room if you want to call in. I know a lot of people are relocating to places like Dubai because you're dealing with an oil cartel. Okay. Relocating. I know a lot of people who are talking about buying condos in Dubai and in Mexico. Now consider Africa as far as retiring, relocating. I mean, those are some things I thought about when, people started this, because I was thinking the same thing that Tahako was thinking. This could be a great opportunity for the continent of Africa. To pick up the slack. Go ahead, Brandon.
Hey, can you hear me okay?
Loud and clear. Your getro sounds good.
Man, this thing is hitting these days. I don't know what it is, man.
That Obama phone cell sounds great. Go ahead.
Hey, Trump done made the Obama phones work. Doggone it. Look at God.
Yeah.
But yeah. I don't think Africa could be the winner in the situation with Iran and the USA, because I think once the United States is done putting belt to ass with Iran, they will basically have geopolitical control over all the oil on the planet other than like Saudi Arabia. Well, they control that oil too in a way. They got Venezuela. Today, the interim president of Venezuela was on TV thanking Donald Trump, bro. Yesterday, they was meeting United States businessmen, government officials was in Venezuela securing mineral deals on top of the oil deals with the new Venezuelan government. Well, the same government, but the new leadership. There's something that, and they're trying to create that same situation in Iran, right? But I believe that as long as you have a Islamic power, like superpower, who is anti-American, Black people will always try to do mental gymnastics to make it seem like that regime or that government is virtuous and favorable for Black people, right? Mm-hmm. Like, there was a Persian slave trade before there was an Arab slave trade, right? Then there was the Arab slave trade, and the Persian dudes, a lot of them basically became, Muslims. And so they're a part of Islam, which was a religion that enslaved Black folks and treated Black folks real bad. Now you got Black folks saying, well, Iran is good to Black people because in 1979, when they took the embassy, they let the 13 Black people go. So you're going to forgive the Persians for hundreds of years of the Indian Ocean slave trade where they treated you lower than a dog. Then they moved over to Islam, where they continued to treat you lower than a dog during the Arab slave trade. But because they let 13 people go in 1979, all of a sudden they're all is forgiven. But white folks fought and died and shed blood for Black folks to get freedom, and we still ain't forgave them, right? Unless they Democrats, then they could call us the N-word to our face. Mm-hmm. Can't say the N-word on Search for Uhuru, but you could N-word a brother down in the middle of the street on public TV as long as you fighting against ICE, right? Mm-hmm. So Black people we operate in a very simplistic but yet ignorant way. You just have to take away every other option to force Black people to do something. That's kind of why the United States government, they getting rid of a lot of the welfare programs and a lot of the entitlement programs, because they just see, like, if we don't just get rid of this stuff, Black folks will be chasing this stuff and trying to be attached to this stuff forever. And that's why now they putting these heifers up off of welfare. Now all of a sudden they're going to get degrees now. They're going to get high-paying 6-figure jobs. And it's like, why wasn't we doing that before? Why weren't Black women doing that before? Well, because welfare was there. It was comfortable. Black men, they going out here starting businesses. Why weren't they doing that before? Because GR was comfortable. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have to. So I think once you eliminate the Iran element from the situation, you're going to get a lot of Black folks who just say, you know what? Let me just try to see what I could do as far as America is concerned. And I disagree, and this is my last point. And I disagree with the idea of black folks, move to Africa, move to Dubai or whatever. Like, I definitely think black folks should start looking into Africa. But let's be real, Dynas. Black folks haven't even made America like stable for black people yet. And what we do, we're out of sight, out of mind. We all go to Africa in large numbers. America's going to be totally lost to the black man and woman, even as far as economically. So I think the people who got a mind for business, or the people who going to stay here, I think they're necessary. While a contingent of us move towards Africa and start building something and building a connection there. But we can't, I say, en masse just leave America all at once, like right now, because we haven't even discovered our political identity, like one that's sustainable in America yet.
Hey, Brandon, real quick, how do you think the Iran war is going to play out?
It's going to play out like it is playing out. Trump them don't really care about regime change. They just care about whoever is in charge, if they're willing to work with America.
Hey, you see what happened in Venezuela today?
That's what I'm saying. They got the same people in the government. They gave them an attitude adjustment. Trump is about an attitude adjustment. He don't care if it's the same people. He gets rid of that top dog. He said it today or yesterday. He said if they put the son of the Ayatollah in power, he said we're going to kill him. And everybody y'all put in power that we don't approve of, we just going to kill him. Trump is being straight up blunt with these people. He wants a puppet, plain and simple. And I think his strategy is very, very smart. I think it stabilizes the whole world, and it puts us in position where we have control over China and Russia, because China is getting 90% of their oil from Iran, and also Venezuela. So we control their oil supply. Russia's getting damn near all their drones and their missiles from Iran, so we control them too. So you're just basically weakening your two biggest threats by taking control of their main source of resources. And that's a smart decision, if you ask me. I think this guy's very intelligent.
Africa, go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm just doing something quick. I've just got to come after Angola, yeah? Sorry,
all right, go ahead and go.
All right.
All right, what's the word about it?
Peace.
I mean, in theory, it sounds good. People say rising tides lifts all boats, but in Africa, that's really not the case. Until the mindset change administratively from the people that have access to the resources, the average citizen is not going to get a trickle-down effect of those resources. You're just going to see very few people become wealthy, and the average citizen is not going to see any benefit from it infrastructurally, educationally, health-wise. So until there's a mass mindset change of the people that are in power that can actually distribute resources and actually distribute the gains from the resources, then nothing's going to change. And the current powers that be incentivize that to be the case, but that's still no excuse for us to have corrupt people within our ranks. And I'm always a proponent of, until you get rid of these corrupt people, then you're going to have the same problems rear their ugly heads over and over again. In terms of Iran's outlook, I think their ultimate aim is to make sure that there's never a threat of an attack from an exterior force as the U.S. They're trying to reshape the southwestern Eurasia to destroy the Sauds, destroy the UAE, really destroy all the governments that are allies to the United States. So right now, Saudi Arabia and the UAE, they're not in good standing right now in terms of if this war prolongs. Their economy is based on them being able to refine resources and bring resources up to market. So for any prolonged period of time, if they're not allowed to or able to bring resources to market, that's going to cripple their economy. And they're already going through economic struggles right now. And they're standing in the Islamic world. The way that they're capitulating to Israel is they're going to weaken. I wouldn't be surprised in the next 15 years if there's mass revolts within the House of Saud, where they overthrow that House of Saud, and as well to have trickle-down effects in the United Arab Emirates. I don't really.
Are you saying Iran's going to overthrow them?
No, not
or
Iran
America?
direct. I'm talking about the direct citizens within those nations. I'm not saying the exterior force. I think
You mean
if
in the
this war,
UAE?
yes, even
Have you
within the
been to the
UAE,
UAE?
yes.
Those people
No,
ain't
I'm no, I
overthrowing
haven't. No,
nothing.
I've never physically been. No, I'm
They're
not.
in the bro. You have to go there to understand that those people are not overthrowing shit. They're in the desert living in tents with nothing. They're broke
No,
as hell.
I'm. If you talk, well, the UAE is as it was once before. As far as people, as far as investment, it's never going to be how it was before because it's never going to be stable for for the foreseeable future. It's not going to be stable at
But why
all
wouldn't it be stable?
because there's always going to be threats of attacks until this war is over.
There were always threats of attack, even when there was no war. They're getting hit
No,
by
but it's not
shrapnel.
directly though.
They're getting hit by shrapnel from missiles that they're intercepting out of the sky. How
That's
are
not
they under?
true. The UAE's defenses are failing.
Tell me how you for a fact know that.
Let me give you the
Because
research. Look,
I have
I can't say, but I'm never going to categorically say it's for 100% fact. All I can do is
no. I'm
direct you
just asking you how do
to
you
the
for a
sources.
10% fact even know
No,
that?
that's what I'm about to do. I'm about to direct you to the sources. So, a former United States Special Ops military officer, Scott Ritter,
Uh-huh.
If I can interject, I think Scott Ritter is a lot.
He's full of shit.
no,
A lot
I'm about to give multiple. I'm about to give
Go
multiple though.
ahead and finish it, Gola. Go ahead.
I'm about to hold up. Let me give my direct multiple sources, primary sources. Because Scott Ritter's was more, it was more theoretical
But you
because
have
it was in the
people
first day.
in
But hold
you
up, let
have
me list
people in
the primary
okay,
sources.
go ahead. But you have people literally living in UAE. I have Brazilian friends who teach Brazilian jiu-jitsu in UAE. I've been there many times doing tournaments and everything. Their official sport is jiu-jitsu. I have friends right now that I've been checking on. You good, bro? Is it going? They said, bro, everything is good. Everything is normal. Some shrapnel came from a missile that was intercepted. You have black people on the internet saying, we're good. There's nothing to worry about. We out here looking off our balcony, looking at the sunset, whatever. And this is what happened. So you're going to take Scott Ritter, someone who makes money off of lying to people like you who are gullible, over the internet where there are people there right now who can go live right now and say, look, guys, we're okay. This is what I'm saying with black people. We just want to believe lies so
Brother,
bad.
you didn't allow me to list the sources.
You said I'm gonna list the sources. Hold up. So when you said
Yeah,
hold up, I was like, let me talk. Go ahead.
yeah. Again, but you didn't let me list the sources. Like I'm not just basing it off Scott Ritter. Like I said, his was more theoretical because the war had really began yet. It was more the
The
source that
war
I
is
was getting from
almost
him
over,
was
bro.
gonna happen.
Everybody running out of missiles. So what you talk about is
No,
almost it ain't began.
that's not true.
Well, Brandon, let it go. Finish. Go ahead and go.
So Mario Nafali, he's in the UAE right now. He's a Lebanese American political aficionado, quote unquote. He's not saying that it's in bad standing, but he's saying that there's been missile attacks. But his overall outlook, according to him, is not good for the UAE, and he's directly on ground right now.
He's
Let
on
me
the ground
see,
where?
in the UAE.
Okay, so he's outside at the UAE.
No, he's
Bombs are
in the
not falling.
UAE.
Listen, bro, he's outside. No bombs falling on him. And he's like, man, I'm here, but it ain't looking good for it. Bro, learn when somebody is taking advantage of how ignorant you are. If somebody thought the UAE was going to fall to Iran and they're American, they would leave the UAE, dude.
They can't.
They can.
No, they can't, brother.
Well,
All right,
Brandon,
They can't leave. The airport shut down.
The flight started resuming today.
That's what I'm telling you. I know that because I have friends who are there. I'm asking them, are you leaving? Are you coming to Listen, Dynast, California and the UAE are like two of the hubs for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. You should know that by now.
I know. They call him the giraffe, this guy named Cap. But you're right. The Dubai is definitely a hub for jiu-jitsu. You're right.
All day. What's his name? Jose Jr. is over there. Faisal is over there. There's a lot of people over there. So we talk to these people. When something happens, we immediately hit them up. You good, bro? Because I used to get offers to go over there and teach classes for 6 months, a year, whatever. So what I'm telling you is, if they're telling me, no, we're good, we're not going to come back, There's nothing really going on. If they were under that imminent of a threat, they would be leaving to go back to Brazil or to come to California, and we would be picking them up from the LAX. So Scott Ritter gets paid to lie to you. People on social media lie because he gets clicks. I don't understand why black people can't make the connection between that yet.
The second source that I did is a pro-American leaning to, like he's more pro-liberal democracy leaning toward. Not in terms of like just liberal democracy in the U.S., just as far as democracy worldwide. Period. He's not a liberal in the U.S. But.
All right. Let me pass the man sec. Go ahead, man sec.
Yeah, I'm ready now.
Go ahead, Africa. Man sec, got Africa.
Okay.
Go ahead, Africa.
Okay, thank you. Greetings to everyone. Brandon, Dennis, Godo, and Masa, and the chat. Yeah, basically, going back to the topic, can Africa benefit from this crisis? Yes, and also no. The reason why I said yes, in terms of oil, replacement and the gas, deals, they're like for example, a corporation like the Dangote could have been one of the people who actually will be cashing in on this conflict. But sadly, Nigeria has sold out temporarily to the Americans anyway. So they already got Nigeria without firing basically by launching one rockets. That's it. They already got Nigeria. So, and also Nigeria, you got the Shell, who is the Royal Dutch Shell, which is the British, Dutch, and so on. I think there's three countries that own a Royal Dutch Shell. The British, one of them. They're already exploring in that region, so it'll be competition between the Brits and the Americans. And I think also the American companies who are actually taking oil out of Nigeria. But like the refined oil, I think Dangote definitely should be capitalizing on this. But sadly, we don't have the market access, I believe, for them to have that, and also the capacity, to replace, countries like Saudi, and Qatar, for example. Because Qatar, I think they're one of the biggest gas exporters in the world, and they've got that infrastructure. Nigeria did start doing that years ago with their previous president that died. He was actually focusing on, not only because he's the one that helped finish the refinery, he helped Dangote build that refinery and finish it with all odds. Because the rest of the world, all the white liberals, not white, I shouldn't use that word. All the liberals, the eco warriors, like all these green people, climate warriors, they was fighting against the refinery, saying you can't have one, and like, I dare you, you can't be polluting the rest of the world and tell us we can have an oil refinery, to actually for at least for domestic use. So you defy them and build that. But sadly, the current president that you have in Nigeria is actually useless. I wouldn't even call him a president, and he haven't done anything whatsoever in terms of building up to that. Because you'd expect, since he's been there for 2 years, he could actually start doing something similar to what the previous president done. Like, for example, build under a refinery, close to the government. They could be making that money side by side with Dangote. And also, I was reading like areas in the southeast of Nigeria, they have one of the highest gas reserves in the continent. That also could have been explored, and benefit the people, where the gas is actually located at. But sadly, they're too busy fighting each other in tribal and religious and regional issues, for them to go anywhere. Yeah, so I think countries like probably Angola and the other African countries who like Angola and Gabon, I think they also export oil. They probably will benefit from this, In terms of tourism, we don't have that much, development in the continent yet to actually attract, to replace countries like Dubai, and so on. And basically, in the situation in West Asia, I wouldn't even call it Middle East, is a very tricky one. As I said, I don't I'm never I don't have any dog in this fight. I think we should just let them get on with it. In the long run, as long as he doesn't hit us where we are in the continent, in the long run, I think a lot of multinational corporations will actually have no choice but locate to Africa. But the question is, what are the African government doing to implement protectionist policies if that was to happen? That's the question. I'll make it short for now. Thank you, sir.
All right, go ahead, man. Sake.
Yeah, pretty much I agree with what Brother Al was saying. Like, either two things is gonna happen, man. It's just like either you're gonna be sovereign and negotiate your own deals and not get taken advantage of, or you're not gonna be taken care of, if that makes sense. It's like, for example, if anyone remember, if I'm not mistaken, during World War II, when they had the peace talks and everything, and they had to rebuild, where did they go to get their resources? They definitely went to Africa to rebuild. They went to the Caribbean, got people from the Caribbean to rebuild the British colonies and everything. So that's what I see. And what was the other question, Dinus?
No, well, the question is America versus Iran. Could Africa be the unexpected winner?
Another thing is, like, I mean, like I said, it really depends. Like, for example, like with Benin and Ivory Coast, with the direction that they're going with the private and the private companies and stuff, I don't think so. I mean, they're not going to benefit. The private corporations going to benefit, but countries like the AES who are working on sovereignty, I think they'll probably do well. I mean, that's my opinion on it.
Okay, Teddy on politics. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. So Brandon, you are wrong. Okay.
Okay, Teddy.
You're half right with your statement, but you're mostly wrong.
I thought you said I was wrong, but then you said I'm half right.
Yeah,
stop being a double-minded Negro.
Brandon, let him finish. Go ahead, Teddy.
Yeah, okay,
why do I get attacked? Why you can't just say his point without bringing me up?
When you're half right, talking like you're 100% right when you're half wrong. I'm gonna call you on it. You are half wrong. The airports in Dubai are closed. Abu Dhabi is open. So when you want to say the entire UAE, there's more than just Abu Dhabi in the UAE. Dubai is closed.
We know that.
No, but you didn't say that.
No, Teddy. Dubai airport is open.
Yeah,
he doesn't even know what he's talking about.
But Dubai or airport is not.
You just said Dubai airport was closed.
Dubai airport, Teddy. Dubai airport started resuming flights today.
Teddy just said Dubai airport was closed and was wrong.
Listen, Dubai airport is closed. It is closed.
No, it's not. Dubai airport is open.
Listen,
Teddy,
I'm gonna put it right here.
They just opened today, but it was closed.
These people quick to tell somebody they wrong and be wrong they damn self, Dinus. That's what I'm saying. Stop attacking me. You don't know what I know.
Really?
You're an American
exceptionalist. You don't know what you think you know.
And you're clearly biased and you're not objective.
I've just actually been places.
But guys, Dubai airport is open.
It says currently.
Yeah, I can confirm that it's partially open.
Yeah, but flights are resuming.
Dinus, he a true black person.
Yeah,
it says currently open.
Let's not get into some matters. The airport is open. Flights are resuming.
And Teddy's full of crap, so continue.
But
Dubai is not open.
It's Teddy. The airport is there's flights.
Okay.
Dinus every time, my brother.
Now
I see conflicting reports though.
There are flights. Now, there might not be. It might not be fully resumed, but there are flights. There are flights.
Elvis
said it says most flights remain suspended, so that means that's a little bit hard. So
it's still open though.
Dubai airport is partially open.
Let's move on.
Let me go back. Go ahead, Teddy. Go ahead, Teddy.
No, that's all I wanted to say. Well, anyway, I'm not going to go on a personal attacks, but that's all I wanted to say.
You already started it. But Dinus, he just came to tell me I'm wrong with no facts.
I just said you were half right.
He came to tell me I'm wrong with no facts. I was totally right.
You're wrong.
I was totally right. You just got proven.
Totally right.
Dinus, did we not all just prove to him that the airports over there are open?
They're open.
Okay, so I wasn't wrong. I don't speak unless it's fact. I'm
That's
not your
not
mama.
true.
Anyway, not
That's
going
not
on
true.
personal facts because I don't have time for that. So that's all I wanted to say.
Dynast,
Okay.
they'll tell me that what I'm saying is not true, but will not come with an argument counter to mine that's actually
No,
credible.
I'm saying
All
I'm
right,
saying it's not true to
Brandon.
what you said.
God dang.
Everything you say is facts. That's definitely not true. But
Every single thing.
Like I said, there's still there's some it's back open, but it's not fully operational. So,
Hold on.
but it's open. Go ahead,
I like
CD.
your mama.
Brandon, come on, bro. Brandon, apologize. I'm not doing it tonight. I'm not doing
I'm
it tonight.
sorry
No,
for
no need
saying
to
your mama's open
apologize.
like
No,
7-Eleven,
I'm
dude.
not doing it
no
tonight,
need
man.
to
All right, I'm
apologize.
sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm not doing it tonight.
Brandon know everybody everywhere and don't know anybody anywhere. He know everything but don't know nothing. So that's all I
Dynas
got.
can confirm that there is a link between California, where I live, in UAE through jujitsu. I'm not saying I was in the special forces. I'm just saying I know people who are there right now. That's all I'm saying. And I've been in contact with them because I'm worried about them.
All right, go ahead, CD.
Hey, everybody. Hey, Donis.
Good.
Hey,
So, it about whether Africa would benefit from this. It depends how long the war going to last, and I'm not sure it's going to last that long because it will have a terrible impact on the entire war right now because Europe is already suffering from getting gas, and they can survive without getting gas from those Middle Eastern countries. So it's not going to last that long. Even today, it had a very big impact on Wall Street. So Wall Street, for the only industry that was functioning today was the software, right? Or the AI company that was in tight. But all other industry will fall today, you know. Uh, with with the impact on the war, I mean, all industry in Africa, is you can't hope on Nigeria or anything, you know. Even it will have some sort of economic impact on Nigeria, but it won't make any difference, you know, because it's a corrupt system. I know for a fact Nairobi. I was in touch with a developer, Turkish developer. He has a development. He has a project in Nairobi. At the same time, he got one in Dubai. So he was encouraging me for me to go to Dubai. So I know most of the developers will go to Nairobi because of this, and that will have some sort of competition with the Chinese. And once competition come into real estate market, you'll see quality of development that will be coming out in Nairobi. You know, because most of the time when I'm coming from Nairobi, you pass to Dubai or I pass to Doha, and it's very convenient, very flexible. So you will have some sort of economic impact on Nairobi. But overall, I don't think it's gonna the war is gonna last that long. You know, they at the end of the day they're gonna neutralize whoever in power right now and put some puppet where America will be
That's
able
not
to
gonna
have access
happen,
to the
dude.
oil.
That ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, City.
You
they'll
So
gotta,
buy
you
it
That
gotta
ain't
let
gonna
fast.
happen, bro.
no, you gotta let him CD finish. Go ahead, CD.
so my reason of saying that is how long they're going to resist. It's now it's going like what Brandon says. It's going to be like the situation of Venezuela, right?
Mm.
They're
Oh
not going to
Jesus
it's
Christ.
not going to they're not going to go and invade a country. All they're going to do is to bring some a puppet that we agree to America, and they will have access to the oil. The whole fight here is about
Unbelievable.
it's about China.
I
Hold on. Let me
wanna.
interject. Taraka, you see what
Let
happened
me
to
finish.
Venezuela today?
Yeah.
So the whole thing is it's about China, right? China is has some benefit from the oil in Iran. So if they can cut all of that from China and America try to have us in some puppet, ruling that or Iran, they will have access to the oil. It's also about it's not about nuclear weapon, it's not about chemical weapon, it's not about any weapon, it's about control. That's how I see it to be. And once they have control over Iran, they're going to have access to the oil. At this point in time, America has spent almost $3.9 billion since the war started. You think what they're doing it for? You think they're doing it for any kind of weapon? They're going to get all that money back, you know? So that's how I think it's going to be. But it depends. I don't know how long it's going to. But I don't think it's going to stay.
But
The war is going to last that long.
but
They're
but
gonna
city,
neutralize Iran,
city.
and it's going to be over.
I'm gonna push a little bit back.
Is it my turn?
Can I just respond to him real quick? I'm gonna push a little bit back. You got to understand, right?
Right.
The person that they neutralize in Iran, the Ayatollah, is almost similar to the Pope. Now imagine if a Muslim guy went and neutralized the Pope.
All right. Let me answer that. Let me answer that.
Hold on.
The Ayatollah is nowhere near.
Yeah. Let me answer that.
But listen,
Nowhere near.
For Shiites, for Shiites, he is.
But I'm talking about when I did that equivalation, I'm saying that
I'm
that's how
still
much.
talking. I'm still talking. You give me a question. Let me answer that. You talk about Shia Muslims, right? They believe in Aliyu. They believe Aliyu, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They believe Aliyu should be the prophet, not Muhammad.
That's a
Right?
lie. That is a lie. You're on here lying. That's not true.
The reason why
they think they believe he should have been the successor. They don't believe he's the prophet. You're lying.
Okay. Let me just say they believe that he should be the successor. That's how it should be. But they think that Ali was a warrior. He was a fighter. Right. That's why you see the Shia they are very, very violent when it comes to war. They are really a warrior. But at this point right now, I don't see any country that can resist America with the firepower that they have. It's no way that they can stop. Yes, I'm telling you. It's no way they can stop them.
City is right. I don't know why anybody would try to argue.
Donis, can I talk? It's my turn.
It's Tarkus' turn. Go ahead, Tarkus.
Well, what is?
It's Tarkus' turn. Go ahead, Tarkus.
All right.
You should start interrupting people and let them land.
All right. First of all, Brandon, do not interrupt me.
Hey, when you say your lie, can you tell us how? Explain it to us.
Do not interrupt me. I don't want to hear your mouth.
Okay, when you lie though, can you just explain the lie?
I don't want to hear your fucking mouth, bro. Don't say nothing to me.
Tarkus, we're not doing it today. We're not.
Right. So don't say nothing.
We're not doing it today. No, try just no go ahead. No F-bombs.
All right, but let me
be polite, please.
Let me talk what I'm going to talk. First of all, I'm the one who first brought up Africa and black people throughout the world need to take advantage of what's good, because happening is the world change. It's going to change, right? Now, as far as anybody pulling up their big wad and saying that this is going to end soon, right? It is not. It is not. Israel and America have one option, and that's that one devastating option. That's it. They have no other play, because Iran will not stop until they're completely stopped. There's no truce. You see what I'm saying? There's no truce. The other day, the RGC commander came on and said, if Israel want to drop their nuclear bomb, go ahead and drop it. That's what they said. And he mean that shit. Go ahead and drop it. Take them out. You see what I'm saying? That's the only way you're going to stop them. Iran planned this for about 20 to 30 years, right? 20 to 30 years. And they got obscene amount of equipment to continue it, right? To continue it. The media, as usual, is lying like crazy. 4 planes went down. Oh, it's friendly fire. One ship went down. They got into an accident in the Caribbean. This is the bullshit that's going on. The one carrier is out of the theater, right? The other one is like 1,000 miles away in the Indian Ocean, right? All the ships are staying away. You see what I'm saying? They're using carpet bombing to bomb Iran. Yes, they are devastating Iran, right? But the missiles, old missile with some new ones that Iran is lasting, is getting through. There's 6, 7, 8 sometime defensive missile trying to take down one effing ballistic missile, right? That's what's going on. Stop listening to these media. You see what I'm saying? There is no end to this. right? Until Iran feels that Israel is not a threat. Okay? That's it. They will not stop. So if Israel want to go ahead, or if America want to go ahead and nuke them, they better go right ahead, because they will not stop. Okay? They accepted death already. You see what I'm saying? They accepted death already, and they prepared for that. You see what I'm saying? So that's what it is. There's no forget what Israel and America do to them. You see what I'm saying? They don't care. Okay, they do not care. Right? And I told Dynas that they are going Israel and America is going to run out of interceptor missiles and missiles themselves.
So they
need to replace it. I'm not coming from me.
Talk, you got to the end of this month. You said
yeah, right? That's what I'm telling you. They already sending to Japan and South Korea for equipment. Okay. They already sending to them. Man, you guys gotta listen to people that been in war before, bro. You gotta listen to generals, the commanders, ex-CIA agent, ex-FBI. These are the people you gotta listen to get the real goddamn news and stop acting like on emotion. Get it from them. Get it from people that plan war. You see what I'm saying?
It's my turn now.
I ain't finished yet, bro. I ain't finished yet.
I'm closing. Talk for 1 minute. Then I got past the mic.
Okay, let me close. Right. So what I'm saying, right? Israel and America, for now, is bombing the hell out of Iran. Right. What's going on? What's happening to Israel? They will not show. If you try, they arrest 2 CNN reporters just the other day. Okay, they will not show it. And Iran is not particularly going after neighborhood. This is the victory that America and Israel have. They bombing hospitals, children, and all kind of shit. Right? Iran is trying to take out their launchers, their military facilities, CIA agents. All that's what they're concentrating on. You see what I'm saying? This is for the long haul. You see? And you're gonna by another week, you're going to see the unleashment. I'm telling you, they're going to have to stop them by using a nuclear weapon. There's no other way out. That's all I'm saying.
All right, go ahead, Invisible Man.
Okay, so could Africa be the unexpected winner? I don't really see the connection between the war with Iran and the impact of whether they become the winner. This guy, Trump, is transactional. And what I've noticed is that he's had more African leaders over to the White House than any other president that I've seen. So they can take advantage of it, but I don't see where the war necessarily is impactful, except for if you're saying that there's going to be less oil, and then the oil companies can come over. They're already looking at all of the other resources that Africa has. So I don't see the connection of one versus the other. With respect to the war, it could be over because Trump can change his mind in a minute if he sees that he's gotten what he's wanted. But as to the last speaker, I mean, there's some truth to that because they have an attitude of fatwa. So a lot of you probably understand what a fatwa is. It's a lifetime assassination attempt on somebody. And so their dislike of America has been for a lifetime. If Iran decides to unleash things, then Trump will have no option but to go tit for tat. And at that point, then it will probably, and I think if the United States really wants to get it over with, they should just totally annihilate Iran.
That's the only way.
Then pass the Big Vovo. Go ahead, Big Vovo. Then I'll pass to Brandon. Go ahead, Big Vovo.
Yeah, I appreciate you letting me speak. With everybody not getting this is about world domination. How do you dominate the world? You got to dominate the resources of the world. There's different resources all over the world, and there's different people, and you got to handle them in different ways. Iran don't got a fighting chance in hell. They got satellites flying over Iran. None of these leaders that y'all thinking about that's gonna spring up and change the world and overthrow America, none of them got a snowball's chance in hell. There's satellites flying all over them. Like at any point they could just wipe them straight out. The problem that the world is having, they spend too much time fighting each other and not looking out into the world. They spend too much time fighting amongst each other in these countries, and they wasn't looking out into the world. These white folks been looking out into the world. That's why they dominating the world. These people have been having internal conflicts in the Middle East. They've been fighting amongst each other about who interprets the Quran the best. In Africa, they've been having tribal wars while they got gold and all types of shit up under their feet. Down in South America, they've been fighting over having drug wars and shit about who gonna bring the dope to America. It's really a bunch of silliness. But the white folks, they've been watching. So now Trump is in here. He's interested in world domination. How can you tell that, right? If I could just finish, y'all. If I could just, I get where everybody at with it. If I could just finish, I'm gonna drop out because I know I'm gonna get trouble.
Right.
I'm gonna try to get as much out. I'm gonna try to get as much out as
possible. Don't interrupt him. Go ahead, Big Wovo.
Yeah, I appreciate you, Donis. When he went down to Venezuela, he wanted oil, so he gave their president a perp walk. We ain't never seen.
Hey, Wovo, if I can interject real quick, so they made a deal with Venezuela today.
Yeah, with a puppet leader they put in there. Of course.
She was already.
It's got to look like a deal. It's got to look right. He's even talking about a puppet leader in Iran.
She was the vice president.
Vovo, she was already there, Vovo.
Right. She's a puppet. She is agreeing to terms.
And what's wrong with that?
Nothing's wrong with that for me. But what I'm saying is that she's a puppet leader. She let her president, the previous president, get walked out by another nation. You don't let your leader get walked out by another nation. That's embarrassing. But hold on, let me finish, y'all. Let me finish. We'll be going in circles, y'all. We'll be going in circles. Damn, y'all made me lose my trust. Even in Greenland, Trump went up there, and you know what he did? He overcharged them. He said, I want this land. He didn't really want the land. He just wanted to control it. It's about world domination. Far as Africa winning, Africa's not going to win in nothing. Because they silly. Why everything that Africa got and all the resources, all the minerals and all that shit they have, they're not the only ones with it. They just the ones that give it up for cheap. So I might as well just take all that and reserve mines, and then I can dig mines out later once I deplete all theirs. Right now, they're in the Middle East. Trump is on camera today saying, the guys that are left, we don't know. We killed all the leaders. Well, whoever's left, we don't know these new guys. Because he want to put a puppet government in. Even with China, you don't handle China the same way you would handle Venezuela or handle Greenland. You handle them different. What's China resource? China resource is their factories, is their ability to build everything. So you handle them with sanctions and you pressure them and shit like that. This is about world domination. Man, the rest of the world, we're the Black Americans.
Hey, after Vovo was Brandon, and after Brandon is Alfred Diamonds. Go ahead, Vovo.
Okay, yeah, I'm about to finish
repeating himself over and over.
We're the only ones, as the Black Americans, we're the only ones that's been seeing the play. That's why we've been preaching against this shit for forever. The rest of the world ain't been seeing it. They waking up now, but it's too late because they control everybody militarily. If you don't play ball, you gonna have AR-15s in your country. Now you don't even need the AR-15s. You're gonna have bombs in your country. Look at the way they did them folks over there in the Middle East. They did what they did to them militarily. We've never seen that on planet Earth. We never seen them people. They set off pagers. They sold them the pagers. And then blew the pagers up. They sold them 10 years later. You've never seen that. I sell you the weapon. That's going to be your demise. The bunker buster, the Hellfire missile. They really like shooting fish in the barrel. Somebody thinking that they about to overthrow America. that little bitty Iran is about to somehow win a war with America? Boy, you drunk. Appreciate you letting me speak.
Get off the thing, bro.
He's an idiot, man.
I'll pass
And
the
I
mic.
definitely want to respond later.
Pass the mic to Afrodamus. Go ahead, Afrodamus.
No, it's my turn.
No, Afrodamus.
You said Brandon, then Afrodamus.
I said I did say that. My bad. Brandon and Afrodamus.
Oh, okay. I'm going on Brandon.
It's my turn. Listen, man, Volvo, Big Volvo.
I said Brandon. Go ahead, Brandon. Then you.
I mean, so what Volvo said.
No. Afrodamus.
Like when you say,
hold on.
Africa going?
He can't hear you.
It depends. Like what is there to win?
Afrodamus can't hear you.
Is showing is
Afrodamus. It's Brandon first, you then me, please.
I'm telling y'all, Afrodamus can't hear y'all.
He can't hear us. Go ahead, Brandon.
Yeah. So listen, man. What Volvo is saying, man. Listen.
What Trump just showed.
No, he can't hear us. Go ahead, Brandon.
You have to understand that some black people hate America so much, it's almost like a cult following or religion, right? You have Delroy up here saying,
Yo, Don, you want me to start cursing?
Hey, you got
told him don't call my name.
You got Tahark up here saying that Iran is getting blown to smithereens, but they got the U.S. right where they want them, and if they in the U.S. they might as well drop a nuke because Iran's never going to give up, bro. Listen, Iran doesn't have to give up. Their leadership apparatus has been totally decimated, bro.
Okay, we shall see.
This guy said, "Oh, Iran's been planning this for 20 years." Who plans for 49 of their leaders to get annihilated in one day? Who plans on their leader? That's like saying the United States planned on fighting the war and winning, and the president get killed in 5 hours.
After for over 20 years, bro.
Listen, I'm really not. I'm not. I didn't interrupt you. I didn't interrupt you. I'm not guessing. 49 people are dead from their leadership. Ayatollah is dead. The people were in the street mourning him because he's dead. They pulled his body from the rubble because he's. Stop interrupting me. They pulled his body from the rubble because he's dead. We watched on TV as a submarine blew the crap out of their flagship. Their best warship was blown out of the water to the point where the hull went up in the air and then just like went down. Bro, that is not a strategy. That's not a plan.
Aaron sank a frigate.
Jesus Christ. Their submarines, two of their best submarines were destroyed by an American warship within like an hour. They sent a drone for surveillance. It got blown out of the sky. I'm just telling my people, listen.
Propaganda.
Listen.
CNN and Fox propaganda.
You didn't let us interrupt him.
Don't interrupt him.
I'm reclaiming my time. Look. So
go ahead, Ronnie.
Listen. Black people. Barack Obama did a number on black folks. He sold us this idea of hope and change. Jesse Jackson sold us the push, pray until something happened. Black people love like my wife say, black folks love a story, even if it's not true. We love a good story, right? These people are warriors. They're not in the business of making shit up so you could feel good. If there were if they won't report, you got people in the comments, Dinus, that 600 American troops have already died. That's already been debunked multiple times.
That's the propaganda. You listen to Brandon.
Can you control yourself? Can you control yourself?
Because you lie,
yourself,
bro.
man.
You lie, you don't know.
Control yourself.
People interrupt you. I told him to stop. Don't interrupt him. Go ahead, Brandon.
Dinus, if they lost 6 and they admitted that they lost the 6, why would they lie about the 600? If American troops get killed, that's going to give Americans more anger to go against Iran. If you know anything about war, they want American deaths because that will bring more people on their side because people are vengeful by nature. People are vengeful by nature. You kill Americans, now they're going to be like, yeah, we do want you to whoop their ass. Take them out, right? So these guys don't know anything about that. But Dinus, what I'm telling you is this, plain and simple. Iran never thought the United States would attack them because for decades, Iran's been dealing with weak presidents who would rather... Iran has been dealing with weak presidents who would rather give them pallets full of money to appease them rather than just call them on their bluff. Trump did it with North Korea. He said, keep threatening us, I'm going to bomb you. Trump did it with Venezuela. He addresses every threat to the U.S. and he makes them pull their card. He pulls their whole
Yeah,
card,
tell him
basically.
go bomb
Now, can
North
I?
He
Korea.
did,
Go ahead, tell him bomb
he
North
Can
Korea.
did,
I?
listen, he did that with Iran. And Iran, they never
Dumb
thought they
boy,
could win.
dumb.
That is why Iran is running to the
Brandon,
UN.
you got 30 seconds. You got 30
Okay,
I'm gonna
thank you.
respond to Brandon after.
After my interruptions, but look, that is why Iran is running to the UN. This idea that Iran got them right where they want them. This is a fantasy that these people are trying to sell you. And here's the worst part: as many times as these people have been wrong about stuff on here, Dynas, not once have you seen Delroy come back and say, "You know what? I was wrong about that." This guy
I haven't
he
been wrong
doesn't have
about
the ability
nothing.
to be
Nothing
honest.
I've been wrong about.
He does not have the ability to be honest. We've caught him in multiple lies. Dynas, when you told me
What
yesterday
lie you
that
caught me
Georgia,
in? What lie you
Dynas,
caught me in, sucker?
When
What
you
lie?
told me yesterday, hold on. When you told me
But
yesterday
can I?
that when you told me yesterday that Georgia had more black people than California, and you were right, I said, you know what? I was wrong.
I didn't
Georgia
tell
has
you that.
more black people.
Hold on. One mic, Brandon. What did Taraka? What was he wrong about?
Bro, he's wrong all the time. He
No,
always.
What? Name something.
Okay, he's wrong right now. He's wrong right now saying that Iran
No,
got
I'm not
America
wrong
right.
though. But
Let
I'm
me
not wrong.
finish.
You
Let me
can't
finish.
empirically prove that.
Let me finish.
Yeah.
Taharka said today that Iran has America right where they want them.
That's
I
Everyone
didn't
in
subjective.
say
here,
that.
he did.
That's
I
Everyone
didn't
in
say
here,
subjective,
that.
though.
That's not the
everyone
way I
in
said it.
You
everyone
That's
can't.
not
in
the way
here.
I
That's
said
not the
it.
way he said it.
Okay, but that's basically
Even
what
if
you
he
said.
did say that, that's a
No.
subjective statement. You can't empirically
Listen,
disprove that
listen.
unless you
Yes, you can.
directly go to
Yes, you
their
can.
leadership.
America
Listen,
has
But
40% of
I
the
need to. I wanna. I
war
wanna
the way
I
I
wanna
can,
military
respond
guys,
budget.
come on,
to what I
guys,
was
let me
saying
get my
earlier.
last 10 seconds. Listen, the way I can empirically prove that is because no country who is planning on a fight plans to lose their entire leadership apparatus in the first day.
You have
Okay,
That's
to
how I can
empirically
Giannis,
prove
empirically
that
can I
prove
that's the
it.
respond?
case.
Giannis, I
They
want to
don't
respond to
they
Brandon.
don't plan on losing
I
their
want to.
number
Okay,
one warship in the
let me.
first 3
Okay,
days.
let me
Khomeini could have went
respond.
to Moscow.
Let
Here we
He
go.
respond
deserted
to
the
Brandon.
stage.
Here we
Oh,
go.
Angolo,
Let
come
me hold on.
on, man.
Let
That
He
You
guy,
see
could
what
have.
I'm saying?
hold
hold
on.
on.
I gotta pass
I
him.
wanna.
Angolo, that
He could
guy
have
is.
left Iran
Nah,
and
I've
went
been.
to Moscow,
I wanna
but
respond.
when the
Can I
war kicked
respond to
off,
Brandon?
he decided to
Hold
stay.
on.
Dynas,
Can I respond to
Dynas,
Brandon?
One
Dynas,
mic. Brandon, I
Dynas.
gotta pass. Brandon, I gotta
Wait,
pass.
Dynas, I just want
Can
to
I
ask you
respond
one
to
quick
Brandon?
question. Let me ask you one quick question, Dynas.
Go ahead.
When you plan on playing a football game, do you plan on going down by 49-0?
Yeah.
You're right. And
Brandon,
then
how,
you
Can I
say,
respond to Brandon?
how do you know
That's not no
100% is going to be
49-0
that
Dynas,
score.
way?
Like
if
that's
your team
ignorant.
was down 49-0 and your coach said, we got him right where we want him, you would look at him like he was insane. That's the way I'm looking at Delroy right
Brandon, who
now.
told you
He's
that? Who
insane.
told you
That
49 people
statement
got
is
killed?
stupid.
Let me respond to
Who
Brandon.
told you that? You're an idiot.
I gotta pass the
I've
mic.
been.
Go, Alfred
Come
Diamond's
on,
report.
I've
Go
been
ahead.
waiting for a while.
Alfred Diamond's report. Go ahead and mute yourself.
Oh,
Alfred,
can you hear me?
I hear you loud and clear. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. Like earlier, Vovo was saying. So when you say Africa, if Africa is going to win, I mean, there's nothing to win here. I mean, the veil have been lifted. Donald Trump, he's cutting through the BS that, this, all third world countries were feeding themselves, giving China and Russia the delusion that they have the power, like America get to share the stage. Trump is like, hell no, I'm going to show American dominance because everyone keeps saying China can challenge America militarily, but China have never been battle tested. China have never, they don't have the capability. America is the only country on earth right now that would, let you know that hey, you're going to do this. If you don't, I would send my military in. They would even tell you,
Send them to
and
Russia.
and their ships would come and surround you,
Dumb
and
boy.
there's
God
not a damn
damn.
thing you can do. So what Donald Trump did, let me explain this. In Venezuela,
Dumb.
because
Hey,
Venezuela,
Tarka,
Russia.
can you hold on 1 second, Alfred? Tarka, for respect for me, can you not interrupt him, please?
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Alfred
So
Diamond.
China and Russia, they have proxies to fight uh to fight the United States. So like Hezbollah is a proxy for Iran. Okay, so Israel want to wipe out Hezbollah because Hezbollah wants Israel wiped out, and Iran is chanting that same thing. So Iran sponsors Hezbollah and the Houthis to destabilize Israel, while Iran also declared themselves since 1979 as a big enemy of America. So all previous presidents were pretending to make you Negroes and the powerless in the poverty world to think that in fact you are equal to the white man. Donald Trump have just removed all that because what the message he is sending to Africa, listen carefully, because you put your faith in Russia and China. He just showed you that their praxis, he can castrate them in front of the whole wide world, and there is not a damn thing they can do. Right now, do you know the favor that Iran had been doing for China? Because they gave them all those supersonic missiles for them to control the Strait of Hormuz, where China is getting cheap oil from Iran, to help them, power their industries. Now they want to go into the AI. They need energy to do this. But China cannot match the United States. So what Trump did, Trump shut down their access to gas in Venezuela. He did it militarily. He picked up the criminal and brought him to the United States. He
Unfucking
knocked that out,
believable.
right?
Oh my
So
God.
he knows.
There's no use.
Have you heard of El Mencho? El Mencho? So Mexico is a narco state. The cartel, they run Mexico. So Iran collaborates with the cartel as a proxy. Trump knows
Unbelievable.
if he knocks,
Unbelievable.
if he
Sharker,
knocks,
Sharker, Sharker, can you not
So I
interrupt?
just said unbelievable,
No, no, no.
so
Dynasty.
What
what
I'm
he
saying,
did,
though, but I'm trying to listen to him. You keep
yeah,
interrupting.
yeah. So
Just
if you look
it's
at
fine.
it, other week, he took out El Mencho because El Mencho was, they would have activated their sleeper cells in Mexico, and these sleeper cells would be run by El Mencho. So what Trump have changed, warfare completely. What he's doing is, he's chopping off the head of the snake. So China, these weapons you're seeing, and Russia, China's weapons did not work in Venezuela. The US jammed all the weapons. What is at play here is technological superiority. China is using these people as a testing ground, but China don't even trust their weapons. They are not ready for the work that the US would give China. Watch how China is about to bow down to the US, meaning Africa have become castrated further because you Africans say, where would you get your weapons from?
All right, you got a minute.
You're
I got to
gonna
pass the
you're
mic.
gonna get it from China, and the US just showed you that they dominate China and dominate Russia. So Africa is not winning
Un
anything. They're gonna grovel, come and bow down to the king that is Trump, because Trump just conquered the people that conquered us. Thank you.
Y'all need to go get sex changes,
Russia just
man.
Come
folded in
Hey,
on.
Ukraine.
Dennis, can I
Can I
come
respond to
in?
Brandon?
Dennis,
Y'all
Unbelievable.
should
Yeah,
have been born females, man.
Russia
Dennis,
just
my
Tell
folded
me,
in
turn.
tell me
Ukraine.
about it.
please don't ruin
Dennis.
the conversation. Yeah, I'll come in after you, Siddiq.
Okay,
It
okay,
was
yeah,
my
yeah,
turn, but
go.
I'll,
Okay. Mhm.
I
I'll,
didn't
I'll
even have
come
a
in
chance to
after you.
respond to City.
Okay.
No,
No,
So,
actually, it's man sake. Then I pass it to City. Go ahead, man sake.
All right, so back to City, what he was saying. He's saying that how Iran never won a war. I mean, you're old enough, right? Do you not remember the Iraq versus Iran, right? Do you remember that?
you mean Iraq and Iran?
Right. Do you remember that in the
Yeah,
80s, right?
Iraq
Okay,
won
okay,
the
okay.
war.
Oh,
That's the time
no,
Iraq
no,
used
no,
chemical
but
weapon.
listen though, right? They was given technology. Iraq was given technology. They was given weapons. They given all the stuff that they needed to go invade to Iran.
And they
And for
won.
8, no, nope, for 8 years, from
Guys,
1980 to
don't interrupt him,
from
please, though.
1980, from 1988, they've been trying to invade Iran, and they had no luck getting to Iran. And that was back in the 80s, right? And Brandon, now let me respond to Brandon, right? Because he's saying that why did the Ayatollah went and I guess got neutralized, right?
Man sake, real quick. My question is, who won the war between Iraq and Iran?
It was Iraq.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
He said
So
Iran. It was Iraq.
Okay, that's what you think. But so
Whoopsie
back.
Hold on, man. Guys? I just want who won the war? Is that right?
I mean, yeah, they lost people, but what I'm saying is they didn't. Saddam's goal was to invade Iran. He did not succeed invading
The
Iran.
question is who won the war? Who was the
If you're
winner?
talking about
Iraq won.
are we talking about with casualties and stuff? Yeah, Iraq won.
Nah. It says
What matter?
it says it was a stalemate.
But
The United States went into Iraq during Desert Storm, not Iran. Iran was
Dude, I'm
totally
talking-
destabilized.
Brad. Go ahead, man. Go ahead, man.
Okay, so back to Brandon, we were saying, right? He said that why did the Ayatollah just give up and die, right? And I spoke to an Iranian today, and the elitist Iranian. Me and her had a conversation, right? And I even asked her the same question: that why did the Ayatollah die? Because number one, he was unfavorable, he was disliked, right? And you saw those protests, he was disliked, right? Remind you, that man was 86 years old and allegedly had cancer. And what happened was, from what I was told from the Iranian woman that told me, he didn't want to run no more. He was like, you know what? If they knock me out, it's whatever. And that's exactly what happened. And guess what happened?
But man, hold on, man. But man, they knocked him out. They knocked his son out.
Yeah, they were all.
They knocked his daughter-in-law out.
I
don't know about that.
But listen though, the Iranian woman told me they was trying to beg this guy to go to a bunker so he doesn't get neutralized. He said, "I'm not doing that." That's what she told me. And this is
he wanted to martyr himself.
Yeah,
he didn't know that they had his direct location.
But man, him and about 40 other people were martyred.
Yeah,
he didn't know that. He didn't know they had his direct location.
But that's what I'm saying.
He had opportunity to leave.
It was just him and his family in the house, Dinus.
No. There were other generals.
No, there was just him and his family in the house.
He wasn't in the house.
It was with a bunch of people, but anyway.
It was him and his grandkids.
Oh man,
and his
swear, boy, CNN and Fox, CNN and Fox.
So look, this is what I was saying. So even she told me as a leader, she said that she did not like the Ayatollah, but she said that by them take him out is the biggest mistake that they ever did. And this is from an elitist Iranian woman that told me this. She said that because now what happened since they went and neutralized that guy, now the Shiites and Sunnis, they're coming together. Even though they have their own issues and stuff, they're coming together like, you know what happened to him was wrong. And now he got martyred. So that's what happened.
They're bombing all the Sunni countries.
Yeah. No,
with corrupt leadership though, the base don't support them.
But listen, so as far hold on. As far as those bombings that's going on,
there's no U.S. base left.
Iran told them, he said, hey, listen, these are the targets that we're going after. We're not going after your infrastructure. We're going after U.S. Embassies and U.S. assets. That's what Iran told their Muslim brothers and stuff. That's what Iran told them, and that's what you're seeing.
Afrikaners, don't interrupt.
But that's what you're seeing right
now. No, don't interrupt. Don't interrupt.
But that's what you're seeing right now. And then as far as Afro-Diamonds, right? You don't understand, right? Those people there in Iran, they're not like the people like Venezuela. They're willing to die for their beliefs. Yo, I'm telling you right now, they're willing to die if both arms were broken and their left arm was broken. They had that one arm to use. They will use that right arm just to fight back at their last breath. Those are the type of people that you're dealing with. Okay.
How do you know? You been in Iran?
Did you not hear?
If you don't mind me asking, how's the Dubai International Airport a U.S. asset?
So you said how is the U.S. because they have what's the Straits? They have an embassy over there, and also
I said the airport. How's the airport a U.S. asset?
How's the airport the U.S. asset?
Come on, Donnie, you could answer that question yourself.
No, I can't. How is the Dubai airport a U.S. asset?
Because they don't want no goddamn plane to fly out of there.
But at the moment, the French are protecting
the bases are devastating in all those areas.
The French are protecting the Dubai airspace. You know, my country, the UK, have entered only for defense, not for offensive reason, because the population here doesn't want it. And also, we know for a fact, you know, the whole saga about, you know, Trump seeking. Afrodemos is quite right in one point in terms of the AI technology. In fact, a senior Chinese intelligence have actually admit that China has slept on the wheel a little bit. They have used AI for different other things, but they forgot to use it in terms of arms technology. America is one step ahead of them. They just realized that in terms of detecting threats. Okay, so let's put that aside. That came from the senior, what you could equivalent to national security advisor to China. He just admitted that. And also, we know for a fact the oil, the Middle East is going to turn into turmoil. Mansa case is partially right that this
Yeah,
Sunni Shia business is going to be put in the bed. I think it's all to do the bad leadership. Most of the population of the Sunni and the Shia probably will come together against Israel if that
and that's
if
and
that
that's
if this yes
and
if
that's
this
exact. And
prolong yes
no, I was saying
sorry
that
if this
that's exactly what the Iranian woman told me today. And
yes
like I
that
said,
yeah
and this is
yeah
from an
yeah
elitist, not just some
yes.
an elitist who does not like the Ayatollah told me this today.
Yeah. And so that's one. And also in terms of America, the reason why you see America doing what they're doing now, because they were too late to enter the new technology. In the UK, we already realized this fossil fuel, this oil that people are fighting over, is coming to an end. Okay, we transfer, we go into a new form of energy now, which is green energy. That's what America is behind. America is behind this green technology, and they want to catch up with China and the rest of the world. So they therefore have, trying their best. That's the reason why they're in Congo. America already got Africa, yeah, regardless, a part of the AES, which I think in the future that will also fall in line, sadly, because these countries that are protecting the AES, I don't think they have the will, what it takes to actually go to the final end of the battle. You see, I hope they do, but I can't say it so far based on my analysis throughout my time on the internet, and basically, and also the reality is Volvo is right. He just said what I said all this time. We're busy fighting each other. We don't realize these people, you know, are looking over us for so long. And also, we have some people that were so stupid enough to actually go and seek help. They're waiting. They always play the long game. They are way ahead of the rest of the world. The UK here, we're quiet. But I tell you, I work in the sector. I know those are things that the United Kingdom has been doing when it comes to this arms technology. Even America, if you put the size away, even America will not compete. Okay, they have involved technology in defense because they want to. What they're trying to do, trying to shape the military. The UK been shaping them.
You got 30 seconds. I got to pass it to CD.
Okay, no problem. The UK
Mhm.
have tied the small. They cut the military in the UK has been small. What they have done, they have in, um, brought a lot of technology into the military to make it more sophisticated. Okay, so these are the things that's happening. So the green technology is coming. Fossil fuel is going to be trying, and that's why they won't even go. They won't even give a monkey if the entire Middle West Asia kill themselves. Okay, as long as Israel is protected and stuff like that. But I'm gonna step out anyway. Thank you very much, Dennis, and
The
CD,
UK, the
Masaki,
UK
to
All
is
right,
everybody.
so
man.
irrelevant. I
Go
don't
ahead,
know why
CD.
you
All right,
mention
yeah.
it.
So my first of all,
The UK don't
America.
want to get involved,
The
but
UK
we know
is
why. Thanks.
irrelevant, sir. It's
So
irrelevant.
let's
I don't know
say,
why you mention it.
What
Oh,
does
okay.
green energy have to do when we just secured all the oil wells on the
guys, it's my
planet
turn.
down
let
there?
me let me get my point. Then
You will see. You will
you.
find out.
No, no,
Thank you
guys,
very much.
guys.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Go ahead, CD. Go ahead, CD. Go ahead,
So
CD.
the entire America has 40% of global military budget compared to it bigger than Russia, China, India inclusive. They have almost $900 billion military budget, almost $1 trillion, right? If you see Ukraine survive in the hand of Russia today, it's because of America technology, Elon Musk. Without Ukraine will be neutralized by
Do
Russia
they have
within a day.
hypersonic missiles?
Let me finish my point. So even when you
Mm.
look at history, the entire Middle East have fought. I mean, Israel before, right? The strongest military power in the Middle East is Egypt, right? And the reason why Egypt is now moving because America gave them almost a $5 to $6 billion every year. They have a military power, but they don't have resources. So they have fight Israel before. The entire Middle East have fight. Israel before they couldn't make it. So the whole thing is, I've not seen any country that can resist America. I have not seen it. We talk about China. They haven't experienced war yet,
But if you have not had war experience, you don't have a military. America is in war every 5 to 6 years. They have experience. They have military veterans. They are ready anytime to fight. We have not seen the Chinese fighting before. We have not seen it. We say, well, China is powerful, but if they have
Every
not had
war
a war in the
game,
modern time. So
man.
I'm and I know America have violated some war rules and regulations in war, like sinking the submarine of Iran, which was in different land, or I think it was in the land of Sri Lanka or somewhere around on the sea, which was a
It
complete
was in
violation.
international waters.
No, it was in different
The ship.
country, international different country. I think it was in Sri Lanka when it sank the ship, right? So that was a complete violation. And number one, number two, when all those Shia were having a meeting, some of the guys in that were negotiating with Jared Kushner and Shuskov, they were in meeting with them. The negotiation was still going on when they went and bombed the Shia.
Oh, you got 30 seconds. I gotta pass the mic.
When they went and bombed the I like to like Khomeini, which was completely a violation because the negotiation was still going on.
Yes,
But
it's perfidy.
but the whole thing is, I don't see any country that can resist American military power. It can't. It's no. You can't stand it.
Not
God just give
Russia,
them
not
that
China,
power.
not Russia, not China, none of them, right?
Russia is nowhere to march to America. They're
Damn,
not America.
I mean, Tarhaka, you gotta see. I mean, Tarhaka, you gotta see what I mean. You do, but America was able to do in Venezuela with those Chinese surface-to-air missiles. I mean,
you know what?
Venezuela is not a.
They didn't use any missiles. They didn't use any missiles.
Well, they couldn't.
Venezuela's a military
Venezuela didn't
midget.
use any missiles,
but they couldn't use them.
They neutralized the military around the president by using a special sonic weapon. I'm not even going to explain what that is.
Yeah, but
you can't explain what it is.
Hold on.
Let me answer.
Hold on. But Tarkin, they got all these weapons from China, and they were neutralized.
They didn't get a lot of weapons from China, bro.
They got all those weapons from China.
No, they did not. They did not.
Where did they go? Hold on. What's that? Where did they get them from?
They got some They got some weapons. They had some secondary military planes, and they got some missiles from Russia.
Okay, well, there we go. Russia, China, they all got neutralized.
Bro.
Dynas, can I give a quick fact check
real
real quick?
I've been finished here. You take my shirt,
Dynas, can I give a quick fact check real quick?
Now, we'll see.
Dynas, can I clarify a fact real quick?
No. Hold on. Hold on. But all I'm saying is, Tarka, these weapons that Venezuela bought from Russia and China were worthless when America decided to come to
them. But they did not use it. But they didn't use it.
It was an inside job, man.
They did not use it.
Dynas, to be fair though.
All this shit was planned with that woman they have in there right now.
It's an inside job.
Here we go.
And soldiers, I'm telling you.
Just like Iran's intel was an inside job. They had a deal with them.
And I agree with that. So, but whose fault is that?
No, I'm not saying it's not, but that's not military capability. You can grant that to intelligence.
That is military capability.
No, I'm talking about technologically.
If somebody could infiltrate you, that's military.
No, I'm saying technologically.
Russia beat all of NATO.
No, they didn't.
All of NATO.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't. Dynas, nobody is going to die for an illegitimate dictator. Those soldiers wasn't going to risk their life to protect Maduro. He's a criminal. That's why they didn't risk anything. They're not going to fight. The soldiers said they got sick. The soldiers said they got so sick to their stomach. They said the soldiers got so sick to their stomach they couldn't even walk. They just start collapsing. They had no way of fighting. What you want them to do? You want them to just become impervious to the weapon and just get up and start shooting? They got debilitated, bro. That's how they got.
I know what happened, bro. I know the weapon. I know what happened.
But that's not an inside job.
Okay.
That the United States came with superior technology.
They had that plan from before. They had it inside. It's a combination.
It's a combination.
So what
the soldiers said what happened. Listen, man. The Turkish, listen.
So use that technology in Iran.
I'm gonna just tell you a fact. The Iranian ship was sinking.
They used Chinese technology to take out Starlink.
The Iranian ship. The Iranian ship was sunk in international waters 44 miles off of the coast of Sri
Correct.
Lanka. I was right.
Correct.
International waters, bro. Stop.
Correct.
Y'all need to stop.
Yeah, but
I gotta pass the mic. CD, you got 20 seconds, CD.
okay. So what I was saying, I mean, Brennan, that was completely wrong because it was in the neutral land. To sink the ship like that was everybody talking about it. It was against the rules and regulations of war. Completely wrong, especially America being a superpower, right?
Yeah,
It
to
And he
was
sink
it
didn't
the
was
ship
address
in
the
it
perfidy
wasn't
international
either.
make
waters
no
is
sense.
wrong.
He didn't address the perfidy either. That's the second point you brought up.
So,
The
Masache,
what?
you talking about
The perfidy.
Iran and Iraq war?
Attacking
I
someone
know
while
this
negotiating peace. My bad,
Saddam was
CD.
working with the CIA. They give all these weapons to Saddam, but they defeated Iran.
All right,
So
but did they get
All right,
inside Iran? Did they get inside
I gotta
Iran? Yes
pass
or
the
no?
mic. I gotta pass the mic. Go ahead, Willie. Unmute yourself, Willie. Unmute yourself,
Yeah.
Willie.
So it's for me, right? Some conversations I just kind of listen to because they get frustrating, right? Like a lot of what I hear is what I call pseudo stew, right? You sprinkle in a little bit of truth and a whole bunch of garbage that people's opinions are based in, and they just stir it all up, right? But they never talk about things like the comprehensive action plan, right? Which is the actual nuclear deal with Iran, right? You'll have people say everything's for the Jews and for the small hats, right? Like, but that's not realistic. Bibi Netanyahu couldn't stand Obama. Why? Because he opened up for Iran to have a nuclear program, right? When you say things like all these Arab states will unite to fight America, that's totally inaccurate. You have, I think it's Qatar and Saudi Arabia were like two of the first Arab countries to recognize Israel as a state, right? So when you deal
Who
with the
said that though?
facts, when you
Nah, somebody out here did say that all these Sunni Muslims are gonna unite with
right, that was
Iran
said.
to fight.
No,
I'm like,
he's talking about the
And when I
base,
hear
but
that, hold on.
when you talk
And
about
when
the
I
family of the
hear
House of
that, I
Saud,
know
that's not the
people
same
don't
thing as
know.
the
Let
average
him finish,
citizen.
When I
bro.
hear that though, I know people don't really know what's going on in the region. Here's the deal, right? More so than Israel for Iran, right? Their top op is Saudi Arabia, right? These Arab states have their own internal issues, right? That, as America always does, just takes advantage of and uses them all as proxies. So, to the topic of America working with Burkina Faso, I would simply say I don't trust it because the
where
reality is,
that ain't the topic, Willie.
Willie in
I
fission.
thought that was in the thumbnail. I thought that was in the thumbnail. But
That's the fission guy. He didn't bring the proof of fission, right?
you said what?
Oh, Dynas, is it my turn now?
Hold
So if
on.
we're just talking about Iran, right, and the involvement in the Arab world, you have to deal with things like, for me, if you're not talking about the comprehensive action plan, which is the nuclear deal, you don't know what you're talking about. If you don't talk about the alliances that America has, like there's a reason why Iran shot at the countries they shot at right after they got bombed, right? If we can't have that conversation, then it kind of becomes a waste of time and just a big
Have
pseudo
you not
stew.
been
So I
listening?
would, so I would just, oh yes, I've been listening, right? And I heard
That's
a
been
lot of goofiness.
addressed.
What was
No,
addressed?
somebody lied about it. It wasn't
Thank you.
addressed.
It
No
was
one
addressed.
said,
No,
no
it
one
wasn't.
said the comprehensive action plan. No one said that. But
Not in
everyone's
terms of the
talking
nuclear
about
deal,
these
nobody
nuclear
brought that up. But
deals.
in terms
Hold
of the
on. Hold
dynamics in the
on. Hold on.
southwestern Asia, yeah, it has.
Let him
Everyone's
finish.
talking.
Go ahead,
Yeah,
Willie. Yeah, guy,
thank you.
don't interrupt him. Go ahead, Willie.
I'm saying like people are just playing. They're just saying things that aren't based in any factual reality. When the brother says that the Iranian ship was sunk in international waters, that's a fact, right? These things, I'll end here. I stopped lying when Google came out, right? A lot of these things you can simply Google search and realize someone has no idea what they're talking about. So I'll
Amen.
land there. Habari
All right,
Bro,
all
you
right,
didn't
Freaking
even
man.
address anything, bro.
all
Like,
right, all right,
what?
let me put Alfred Diamonds, you
Yeah.
got a minute. I
I
gotta pass the
mean,
man in the
Oh
high.
yeah.
I gotta pass the man in the high.
kind of be full of
Hey,
idiots, man.
hey, Brandon, have you noticed how anytime somebody on these panels want to win, whatever country we're talking about, they somehow mysteriously meets that person, a person from that country that day. Isn't that
100%.
that's so wild? But here's the thing. Those people who are saying Iran's got power, America just castrated Russia and China. None of these countries can challenge America. What Donald Trump is showing the world is, he just removed that doubt. He just removed it because people are saying all these things. They watch Iran and China. I'm talking, they're getting interest from Venezuela and Iran. Do you know the Strait of Hormuz, how much China is going to lose from that? America controlling it, which America is in charge of right now. So anyone that thinks that there's a country that can
America is in charge
challenge,
of the Strait of Hormuz.
America is not in
let me
charge of the Strait of Hormuz.
let me
Nah,
finish.
that's
Let me
wrong, man.
finish.
Let
I'm
them
just
have it,
letting
Unbelievable.
you
bro.
know they are
You
going to be
idiot.
in control of it. By the time this
He's
operation
saying
is
in the
done.
future.
Okay, and also,
He said in present tense though.
first of all, what Trump exhibited in Maduro, El Mencho, and Ayatollah and the 45 gang members, right? Within 12 minutes, they wiped them out. They've talked about how the Israelis, because they are great in collecting information, they tracked them down for a while and established a pattern. So people that think that Israel is telling Trump what to do, you're delusional, you don't know what is going on. Israel at this point in time have the same interests as America. So it only makes sense for them to work together. So some of you sit on these panels talking about, oh, like when an African nation, wants to make a deal with America, you're like, oh, they're selling out. But you cannot
Your minute
show,
is up, though.
there's no alternative African nation on that continent. Any of these countries can deal with. Who's going to buy Nigeria's oil in Africa? Who is going to buy gold from Ghana, the cocoa, turn it into chocolate? So let's get real, okay? Trump is letting you know because, Africans now like to run to China. He just showed you what he can do to China. China is not ready for this work. I know what
All
I'm
right,
telling
bro.
you.
He
That's
literally
it.
just
God damn, shut
regurgitated
up.
China,
everything
let
he
me
said
finish.
first.
China,
Right.
You're
look.
not saying nothing new. You said this
Right now,
already.
let me tell you. China have become the new BITCH of America. Watch how things shift from this point on.
Get off the
So
Okay?
channel.
All
Come
right,
on.
let me pass the
Yeah.
mic. I gotta pass
You
the
heard
mic.
their feelings,
Let
Alfredamus.
me
You heard
talk
He
their
then,
literally
because
feelings,
I
said
man.
got
this in the
time.
first
This is my
segment.
Hey,
Segment.
I'm passing the mic. The man in the high castle. Go ahead. Somebody's like wrestling with their phone. I'm gonna mute them.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Go ahead.
Good evening, proud Americans, riders and shine. It's the man in the high castle, and I have to inform the audience that America has the greatest president ever, and his name is Donald J. Trump. And this administration is operating on warp speed, pounding away at our adversaries. And also, yes, the AIDS, that is, these are devices that paralyze Venezuela. It can be used on Iranians as well with long range acoustic devices. However, I believe the Yazidis, if you know who they are, those are the Kurds. I think they're going to use it. I think they're going to use that same device that was used in Venezuela.
Did you read
Yes.
what this today is about? Did you read? You just going off the topic.
What's the topic?
Then you got to tell me.
So,
Y'all be idiots, man.
yo, why
Real
did you doing a
talk.
panel? You don't know what they're talking about.
I don't understand.
Man, keep going, man, in the high castle. Don't listen to these ingrates.
He didn't even address the topic.
He could talk about what he wants to, hater.
No, this is a formatted show. He has a topic. If it's
Nah,
the second time speaking, I can understand.
we've been off topic talking about this Iran and
This is his first statement, though. I understand if it was his second or third statement. The man hasn't
Okay,
made an initial statement. It has nothing
give
to do
me
with the
30
topic.
seconds. Give me 30 seconds.
Go
What
ahead,
is
man.
what is the topic?
Man High Castle, just keep going. Just keep going. Keep going.
All right, the topic for tonight would be America, correct? And in
America
Africa.
versus Iran, and could
God bless
Africa be the new
America.
front of the
Okay.
war?
God
Bunch of
bless
coons, man.
America. All right. First and foremost, Iranians, they have never been in good shape. Let's get this facts. And right now, it's time for the Iranian people to rise up. The people like Andre Agassi, who are of Iranian descent, they left Iran such a long time ago. Iran has nothing. They have nothing. America is strong,
Man, good night,
stronger
guys.
than
This
ever.
guy, I don't know what you're talking
Steve
about.
Jobs too. Steve Jobs, Iranian.
They left America. Their people left America. These people, they left Iran. They want to be American. It's as simple as that. They could
They
pretend to
love
be like
America.
tend to be like Greeks. They could pretend to be like whatever, but they really want to be American.
Bro,
Y'all
they
are
literally
despicable,
say how
man.
much they love America every day. The Iranians are on America's side, the
Hey,
ones who matter.
Brandon, let
Yeah,
him
the
finish. Let him
elitists,
finish.
man.
I gotta
I'm
pass the
done.
mic.
I dock my yacht.
Okay, go ahead,
Nice
Haru.
Farsi.
Yeah.
I passed the mic. Go ahead, Haru. Unmute yourself, Haru.
Yeah, bless up everybody. I've been listening to the conversation. Can you all hear me?
Go ahead. Talk louder though. You're like kind of muffled.
Yeah, I've been listening to the conversation, and I'm actually surprised at what I'm hearing because when we're talking about America versus Iran, I don't think people are really doing an assessment of recent history, and it would be necessary to have that conversation to do an analysis. So, the first question I would ask people to think about is, what is the country to the direct east of Iran? Can anyone tell me?
East?
Saudi Arabia?
No,
No,
the
they're
country
west.
directly east of Iran.
China.
Qatar.
It's
No,
Afghanistan, isn't it?
it's Afghanistan. You see, the fact that people were struggling with this answer means that there's no real situational awareness as to like recent history. So
Facts.
the country to the east of Iran is Afghanistan. Was America involved in a war with Afghanistan recently?
Correct.
Correct.
Yep.
How did that turn out for America?
Very bad.
Turned out bad.
Okay. Did America
Under the
win?
Biden administration?
No, I'm just talking about America. I'm not talking about presidencies. I'm saying America. The question is America versus Iran, not Biden versus Afghanistan or Obama versus the question is America versus Iran. So first thing we're going to do is talk about recent history and geography.
Nah, you're wrong.
Let him finish. Don't interrupt.
The country to the right, to the east, when you're looking at the map, is Afghanistan. And by all accounts, the Afghanistan war for America was a failure. In fact, who is in power today running Afghanistan?
Taliban.
Oh, okay. So that didn't work out very well for America.
I would say it was a stalemate.
Now, hold on. I can now do an objective analysis and just go, you can use AI and ask questions and just ask AI, did America win the war in Afghanistan?
Yep.
And the answer is no. And it lists many reasons why. Now, the next question is, what is the country to the direct west of Iran?
Iraq.
Okay. How did America do in Iraq?
Dissatisfactory by their standards.
It was not satisfactory.
No, I said dissatisfactory by their standards.
Yes. That's what they said, mission accomplished.
Hussein got hung.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that America actually did well with Iraq.
So you knocked the king off the chessboard, but you don't win. Come on, bro.
The goal was regime
hold
change,
on.
and that was accomplished.
No, hold on. Actually, so let's look at it.
You gotta let me respond to this guy.
Well, Brandon, you gotta let him talk, and then you can respond afterwards.
You can respond, but the fact that this wasn't discussed and like talking about thinking that this is going to be a cakewalk for America, when recent history shows that actually it's not to the neighbors to the east or the west of that same country that we're talking about. And I just think that people should do an analysis on that before people make an opinion.
They're not
All right.
objective,
Yeah.
brother.
Now,
They're
Hey,
not
wait,
objective. They're
Dynasty, let
clearly
me
biased.
respond.
No. Let them finish. No one interrupt.
Okay. So, when we look at the list of failures for Iraq, it says that these were not achieved. No weapons of mass destruction or stockpiles or operational Al-Qaeda ties were ever substantiated, and core rationales collapsed. Number two, the post-invasion power vacuum triggered sectarian civil war, 2006 to 2008 peak, massive insurgency, and the rise of Al-Qaeda in Iraq, which evolved into ISIS. In 2011, U.S. troop withdrawal under Obama left a fragile government. ISIS seized majority cities in 2014, requiring renewed U.S. intervention. Iraq remains unstable, corrupt, and heavily influenced by Iran-backed militias, the opposite of the intended democratic model the U.S. aligned bulwark. Sectarian fragmentation persists. Terrorism and low-level insurgency continue. The country scores poorly on freedom and governance indexes, and U.S. regional influence declined sharply. Iran emerged as the dominant external power in Iraq. Therefore, it was a failure in terms of American intervention in the theater of Iraq. And I don't need to go through Afghanistan just because we know that the Taliban is still in power. Okay? So it was not a cakewalk. It was not seen as success by any types of metrics in terms of America's invasion of the country to the left into the country to the right. Now you're going to go to the country that is actually more developed than both of those countries, okay, and do another excursion there. It's not going to be a cakewalk, y'all. Don't let anyone tell you it's going to cakewalk. If it's going to be a cakewalk, it should have been a cakewalk in Afghanistan. It should have been a cakewalk in Iraq, and it wasn't. Talk to anyone who fought in those theaters, and the loss of life, the destruction, and the lack of achieving goals. Just because you killed the head of state does not mean that you accomplished all of your objectives. So it's not a good conversation because you're not even talking about recent history. Now, addressing, and I'm going to close this because I don't want to hog up the mic. Could Africa be the unexpected winner? Because the conversation has not dealt with that. Africa could be an unexpected winner if we use first principle thinking. First principles thinking is that the main country that has thwarted African leadership historically has been the United States and the colonial powers that used to rule these countries in Africa, right? And we've seen that with the CIA overthrow of Lumumba, the CIA overthrow of Nkrumah, and the list goes on. So America has never really been Africa's friend in terms of African development. And so now that you have the American intelligence agencies, because these are the ones who really foment the problems in Africa, they're spending most of their resources dealing with what's happening in Iran and the Gulf states and what have you. Could be an opportunity for Africa to get its act together. However, the leadership of Africa is going to have to change because a lot of these leaders that are running some of the key countries are living ancestors. They're dinosaurs, right? These are 80-year-old men who don't know how to run countries. They've had opportunity to run countries. They can't run countries. It's going to be on the backs of any leaders in Africa who prioritize science, engineering, and development. And these are the leaders that are going to have to be supported. People who know how to run a country. People who know how to deal with waste management. People who know how to deal with sanitation issues. People who know how to actually run a country in the points of care.
Transportation.
This is the opportunity that we're going to have because anytime you have African leaders who are actually trying to develop Africa in any way, the CIA intelligence agencies get involved. Now that the CIA and the intelligence agencies' resources are going to be spent trying to do civil war in Iran, because that's one of the things that they're trying to do, trying to have the Kurds from the north invoke some type of civil war in Iran. So all of the intelligence resources, or the majority of them, will be allocated towards this conflict, which could turn into World War III and to some type of nuclear war situation. So all eyes are on Iran. And so when your detractors and your historical enemies are actually distracted, this is your time to build. So this is how I'm answering that question. The United States is not going to get out of this Iran problem in the next month, in the next 2 years, or what have you, because look how long the United States was in Afghanistan, look how long the United States was in Iraq, and Iran is more powerful and more developed and has more engineers than Afghanistan and Iraq combined. So it's going to be a long time that the United States is going to be dealing with this thing, if history is any indication. And this is the opportunity for Africa to actually focus and develop without interruption, or without as much interruption as we've had in the past. And that's my answer to the question being asked for today.
Somebody with some sense. Thank you.
Can I respond to this?
Well, Brandon, let me pass it to Bang first, and then I'll pass it to you. Let me read the super chat first. Lion Chat 587, thank you for 499 pounds. Have you read Sun Tzu? If Israel and America do not defeat the government and the Iranian people, who wins the current war? Okay, go ahead, Bang. Unmute yourself, Bang.
Yeah, how's everybody, man? What can African, benefit from this, right? This is what I gotta say. One of these days, man, we gotta get our own technology, man. We gotta get our own missiles, we gotta get our own, ballistic missiles as well. We gotta get some defense, air defense system as well. And I hope within the next 20 to 30 years, man, we get our own nuke. Because at the end of the day, if we get our own nuke, we could be like North Korea. We could get the Americans, stay away from them, stay away from us. We could make sure Captain America Negroes ain't even come to us as well, because at the end of the day, we got some folks, just like how we got some Africans that you can never trust, just because you're black.
But North Korea's starving.
It don't matter, my brother. At the end of the day, you don't see the West attacking them. You understand? Yeah, that's all. But
they're
that's
attacking
what I
them
gotta
through
say, right?
sanctions. They're financially attacking them.
But they still have their country attacks. You don't see, like missiles going through back and forth. You don't see that at all. But anyway, I got a little take about this, right? We had Mega. We had some people that come up here, screaming and hollering about Mega, make America great again, and all these things, right? A couple of years ago, Donald Trump, our current president, he said all these things. He's gonna stop all the war. He's gonna bring all type of investment in America. He's gonna fix all the roads, all the bridges, all this and that. Investment gonna come in, everything gonna come in. He's gonna pull up. He's not gonna invade no other countries as well. It looked like Donald Trump lied to Mega. Donald Trump did the opposite everything he said about Mega. How you gonna make America great by doing all these things, man? And then you accuse Joe Biden, the same thing you accuse Joe Biden for. Now he's doing it at the same time. That's what I don't understand. And then you still have these so-called megas coming up here telling us how Donald Trump is so awesome. I mean, before the election, we had some people that said Donald Trump does not stop no war. Donald Trump does not care about Africa. Donald Trump is a peaceful man. Donald Trump is not the war president. It's not none of these things. At the same time, even Donald Trump says he was going to stop the war in Ukraine. So what's the difference between Democrats and Republicans? There isn't no difference, my brothers.
One doesn't believe that men could be women. Go ahead.
I agree on that. That's why I said, I 100% agree on that. I live in D.C.
Log cabin Republicans,
if you understand. Yeah. So I agree on that. But this war right here, this what I gotta say before I shut up, right? This war might end Donald Trump presidency. In a sense that, right? He might get what you call it, he might get impeached, or November election that's coming up, the midterm, he might lose like massive control of the House and the Senate. And you already know if that does happen, he's gonna be a lame duck president for the next 2 more years. And then I don't think Donald Trump is gonna sit well with him. So he's gonna create all type of things, whatever he got to do. But you look at how I remember the first time America attacked Iran, right? We had some people that came on live saying, "Oh, USA, look what we just did to these people. Look what we just, all these other things, right?" Now it's been like almost a week now because they attacked Iran on Saturday, right? So I don't see these same people with the same energy that they had before. Because so now they're saying, "Oh, the Dubai is safe, this and that hasn't been hit and all that." I mean, CNN shows images and pictures. We get videos as well. People showing us these things when all this all this hotel got struck. Other things got struck as well. It wasn't just a fragile from the drones or from the missile. No. It was hit. And we saying it. And then people still come up and telling us that, oh, Iran ain't doing nothing. Iran ain't doing this. Iran ain't doing that. Then how come Iran is not doing that? How come Donald Trump tried to stop the Iran from attacking them? I remember the second day, within 24 hours, Donald Trump went through the back door. When Iran says no, and then Donald Trump came out publicly, oh, Iran is begging us for us to stop. No. It was Donald Trump that requested for Iran to stop. So let's be fair now. But at the end of the day, I'm going to sit back, I'm going to watch the show, because I am an independent. But I know for sure, if Donald Trump does not do what he's supposed to on this one right here, if it turn out the opposite, midterm, he going to get eaten. Once he get eaten, he going to be a lame duck. Because at the end of the day, downtown D.C., they're all snakes. No matter what side you on, they all snakes. They're all like, fiend for that, for that money right there. It's like a fiend looking for that drugs. So at the end of the day, this war is gonna have a massive impact. You see all the energy prices in Europe already going up as we speak. Gas right now probably only running by like what, 20 cents. This gas might go up to $6. We don't know, but Iran does have some type of muscle. It's not gonna be easy, but Iran could prove himself. You see how they try to overthrow the president, right? They killed the supreme leader, right? The supreme leader sacrificed his life for the country. He was 80 something years old. He knew they were gonna take him out because he stayed right he was supposed to be at. But what happened then after they took him out? Oh, they said, like the Iranians gonna come and overthrow the government. None of that happened. We've seen some people, some Iranians, just like some Africans that live in America, don't wish good on Africa. Those sellouts. We see them on TikTok dancing all blah, blah, and stuff like that. But we saw the real Iranians coming out the street in thousands, in millions, supporting the governments as well. I mean, where's the overthrow? It's been 6 days, it's almost 6 days now. Where's the overthrow? I don't see it. So it
You should
looks
be
like,
more like those Iranians with your own country.
my brother, I am 100% African.
No,
Africa
you're
comes
talking about a
first.
sellout. You
No,
sell out America,
no,
but then you praise
listen,
Iran for staying with their country.
It's their country. They're supposed to. What if
This
somebody
your
come attack
country.
you in your land?
This your country.
What if? No, I don't. Listen, my brother, mate. I do not agree to keep attacking other countries. I'm not one of them Americans. You could be one of those, and then
If
you
a,
be the same one. Listen, you be the same one. Let's just say about 10 years ago, you go to the bank, you try to get some money, you try to get some investment money. They turn you down. You probably gonna come out and say, "Oh, because I'm black."
I'd never say that. If Iran
No.
hit you with,
I mean, that's what I said 10 years ago. You probably one of those people, or you probably had a family member that probably
I've
came and
never
said,
been turned
"Man,
down for a
F
loan.
those people." I'm just saying, but we do have history. This country have history of
Who's
that.
we?
Let's
I've
be
never
fair
been
now.
turned down by a loan for a loan.
I'm not talking about individual. I'm talking about the average.
If
Individual, you could be successful. That's two
if
different things.
Iran hits you with
That
a
is
nuke
two different
today,
things.
let me say something to you, Mr. African guy. If Iran hits you with a nuke today, the same people who mourned the Ayatollah, they would celebrate that you got hit with a nuke by Iran. Now,
Okay,
when
no,
we hit them, you're such a sellout that you
Brandon,
immediately start attacking your government for doing what your
Brandon.
president think is bad. That's the
No.
difference.
Okay,
You are truly the sellout.
Brandon. Hold on. No. You the seller.
Yes, you
What you doing? You
are.
trying to twist it? No.
How do you
You know how to
praise
twist it
them
on
for
me.
their
I'm too
allegiance,
small.
but you
I'm
have
too
none
small
to
for that.
your own country?
Hold on. I'm too small for that, Brandon. I told you.
Clearly
I'm
not.
not Democrat
Brandon,
or
Brandon, let
Republican.
him answer. Go ahead.
I am independent. You understand me, right? I don't play that game. Like whatever game you try to do, I don't do that. I don't do that at all because I know how DC works. I have enough common sense how DC works. I'm not one of the people, right? Okay, you say, okay, what if another country right, just came and attack America, somewhere in California, right? You're gonna fight for America, right? Which is obviously you got the right. That's the same thing those people are doing. That's the same thing those people are doing. You were excited when Venezuela, the president got kidnapped, right? Because you said out of your own mouth about an hour ago, oh, we only got their oil. Now we about to take Iran oil. So what you're saying is not your leadership, your mindset. You want your people to go around the world selling people wealth, and at the same time, you don't want these people to defend their own land.
No,
Because when they
Venezuela
defend their
was
own
bringing
land, you said, oh, like I'm a sellout.
Venezuela
How
was
you?
bringing illegal drugs into America that was
No,
killing Americans by the hundreds of
no, that is
thousands every
false.
year.
Venezuela
So Venezuela don't bring drugs into America
Venezuela
now.
government
Can I
were
speak
not
after
drug
this,
dealers.
brother?
They were not
No,
drug dealers.
I haven't spoken a
It's
while.
Brandon,
said
no,
it.
Brandon,
You
don't
even said
interrupt.
it.
Man, you got a
Haven't
minute.
spoken a
Don't
while.
interrupt.
Yeah, you
Man,
even
you got a
said it.
minute. Don't
You even
interrupt.
said it about an hour and a half ago. Donald Trump stole that oil in Venezuela. You even said it. And then you even said that they might have steal the Iran oil as well. So that means you said America going to control all the oil around the world. You even said it. You said it. Not me. You said out your mouth, Brandon. Nothing wrong with that because you wanted that. America is an empire. You agree to that, right? So empire does not want a democracy. Let's get that
So
right.
why do you
So at
live
the end
here?
of the day, my brother, at the end of the day, don't
Let's
get
go
mad
back to
when
your
another country
virtuous
protect
country.
themselves.
Man,
Do not. I'm gonna end
Brandon,
this.
don't
I'm gonna end
interrupt
this.
him.
Just 10 seconds. Do not get mad when another country punch you to knockout, punch you out. Don't get mad because at the end of the day, you can't be bullied forever. You seeing what's going on, right? You're gonna see. November comes over here. Your president, so-called MAGA, he gonna be. You already know. He gonna lose. He gonna lose a midterm. Then he gonna be a lame
And the
duck president.
Democrats will do the same thing Trump did, dude.
It's
This
the
is
same
already
people. I don't care. It's
preordained.
the same people, Brandon. It's the same people, Brandon.
Right.
Chuck
So what are you talking about?
Chuck Schumer controlled the House. The Senate. What the hell Chuck Schumer has done? He was excited in the war. Lindsey Graham, warmonger. What are you talking about? It's the same people, man, Brandon.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. So why are
It's the
you
same
getting all
people.
hyped up?
No. What I'm trying to say is,
They're all going to do the same thing.
But the average American does not want that. The average American wants developments.
They don't give a damn what the average American
in
wants.
their own country. We want development in our own country.
What you don't
That's what Donald Trump
understand is
promised us.
what you don't understand.
Brandon, you're next, Brandon. So bang, you got 45 seconds.
Donald Trump promised us that. Donald Trump said it out of his own mouth. He's going to stop all wars. He's going to leave other countries alone. He's going to invest in America. That's what MAGA was. MAGA wasn't about invading other countries. Right or wrong, Donald Trump said it. Your master president said it. Not me, Brandon. Not me. So please check what he said a month ago and a couple months ago before you started voting for him, before you start kissing his behind. Now, he said it. I don't see what he's doing. He's doing the opposite. The sanction, the turf war, he lost it because you know why? The Supreme Court finally realized, oh, it's not being effective. So that it was waste of time. The Supreme Court shut it down. Donald Trump tweeted, oh, I could bomb any country that I want. I could do anything that I want, but then I can't put turf to other countries. Your president said it, not me. MAGA, go save MAGA, please, not me, because I'm not MAGA. I am independent.
I don't see how somebody would
all right, Brandon, you got a minute, then I got to pass it to Angola.
Okay, I don't see how
I didn't speak in a while.
I don't see why these people risk life and limb to come to America if they hate it so much. The Democrats are going to do nothing different from what Donald Trump did. And let me tell you this, they got their constituents so trained like dogs that when they do it, the same people condemning it are going to cheer for it because the only reason they don't agree with it is because it's Donald Trump doing it. Hillary Clinton said herself, if I get elected president, first thing I'm going to do is bomb Iran. There are people who've been talking about Nikki Haley, all these people that did the same exact thing. These people only have a problem because it's Trump doing it, because Trump ain't dragging it out for 30 years. Real quick, 30 seconds. This other guy, he's just talking about, oh, how did they do in Afghanistan? All this bull crap, not just totally being ignorant, pretending like he knows what he's talking about, but being ignorant to the fact that there's something called rules of engagement. When Barack Obama was elected, he changed the rules of engagement in Afghanistan, which is what was responsible for us not being able to have an outright victory in Afghanistan. Why did we invade Afghanistan? Because Afghanistan was harboring Osama bin Laden. But when you tell the soldiers, you can't shoot at us, at the Afghani terrorists, unless they shoot at you. And if they shoot at you, if they put their gun on the ground, you can't return fire, and you can't go out at night to go and hunt down these terrorists in the mountains and all this stuff. Obama crippled the United States military. He had them operating at like 30% of capacity while they were there. And he changed the objective from searching for Osama bin Laden and fighting the Taliban to protecting the Afghani citizens while they were trying to install the puppet government. So when you talk about us not doing well there, understand that's because the rules of engagement. If it was Trump would have been in and out of Afghanistan in like a week because the way he approaches war. Generals matter. Stop trying to make it like a carpet statement. Oh, the United States did bad under this president, so with this president, they're going to do bad. No. The president is the commander in chief. The way he wants the war fought, except the way they fight, they're cooking and they're kicking ass and they're doing it quickly. What you don't understand is those wars are purposely drug out so the weapons manufacturers can continue to make money and break records year after year. That's what Obama was doing. That's what George W. Bush was doing. But Trump is not about that. Trump goes in, he decapitates, takes the head off the stake, and then he keeps it moving. That's his track record. So you're going to use history. I'm going to use recent history. I'm going to use Venezuela. I'm going to use what's going on with the cartels. Trump gets his ass in, he gets out. I'm going to use what Trump did in Iran before when he went in with the B-2 bombers and took out what is it called? Hormuz or whatever it's called. But that's what Trump does. Trump gets in and gets out, and he's going to do the same thing this time. I don't like these types trying to, if Obama did it this way, then this is the way it's going. Obama was an idiot. That's why everyone hates him. He was trying to pay off his weapons manufacturer buddies and appease the people who got him elected. Hey, he was trying to appease the people who got him elected. But the point I'm making is this. If you got a problem with America, just simply leave. You got a country in Africa you could go back to. If you have so much criticism of what they're doing, of what America's doing, go back to your dirt rock and go live there. No one's stopping you. No one's forcing you to be here. So you need to have some patriotism, or you just should shut up.
You talking to me, Brandon?
Hold on. Let me respond to some. Please, I beg y'all. Okay. So you keep saying because I am an immigrant. I'm saying, what your president is doing is wrong, right? Okay, so let's look at the
and I'm sending this to ICE, by the way. I'm recording it.
No problem. Look at what the average American approving. They disapprove what Donald Trump is currently doing. So
his approval is 86% among MAGA. His approval is 86% among his base. What does it matter if people who didn't vote for you don't like you? What does it matter if people who didn't vote for you don't like you? His approval is higher than Obama and George W. Bush at this same time in his presidency.
Okay, Brandon, my brother.
Are you listening? Trump's approval rating is higher.
Brandon, let him finish.
Brandon, Obama got rid of Gaddafi, right? Obama got rid of what's that cartel? Was Chapo?
He killed Gaddafi.
So hold on. You said Donald Trump got rid of the president, right? In Venezuela, right? We currently don't know the real update of Venezuela. So just hold your break on Venezuela. You understand it, right?
The president is in jail.
Hold on, Bang. What do you mean we don't know the update?
What I'm trying to say is, listen. What I'm trying to say is, we don't currently know the 100% outcome yet of Venezuela.
They just made a deal with They today just made a deal with the United States of America.
What's up? Okay. I'll give you
right. Took the words right out of the blind fat mouth.
No. I'll give you that. If you want to put it that way, because of they just made a deal. If you want to put it that way, we gotta go through details as well.
Trump's approval rating is higher than any president during this point in his term, especially among his base.
Let him. I gotta pass the mic, Brandon. Let him finish.
That is a lie, because look at the true mega, like the white people, because that's what I consider true mega. I don't
bang. Hold on, Rude. Bang. I gotta pass my, but Bang. Don't listen to these polls. These polls had Jasmine Crockett up by 12 points. 2 days before the runoff.
Are you talking about Texas?
Yeah, they had Jasmine Crockett up by 12 points. These polls. So I don't go off these polls. All right, go ahead and Golo. Then Tarka. Go ahead and Golo.
But look at
bang. We're moving on. Go ahead and Golo.
When these conversations are conducted, when certain people enter them, it's clear that they're not objective and they're biased, and that makes the conversations exercises in futility. I just think that this program today displays and answers the question of why Africa most likely will not benefit from any type of fallout that would occur from this, because majority of the people of our people in my summation was, I would say, display pathology to where no matter what occurs, they're going to find a way to make Europeans benefit and be on top. Amos Wilson speaks about this. I don't know how people rationalize this, but majority of our males tend to want to, they have a feminine mindset. They tend to want to cling to Europeans the same way a female would when they engage in marital status. The thing that when they tie themselves to a European, the power that the European has then transfers over to them. And in reality, it's just not the case. You're a man. Why are you fighting more for another man's entity or another man's concept and not trying to destroy his when he destabilized yours and you're trying to perpetuate it? So to me, these conversations just display to me that majority of our people are useless. And I like that these free speech forums occur because anytime they're in any proximity towards me, they would be in danger if it was in an autonomous state. So I just think that this displays the mindset, and people that are really seek autonomy and that are real revolutionaries take note of this.
Dynast, when you get paid for your
Brand, I got to pass it to Tarek. Go ahead, Tarek.
All right. The only facts Brendan gave tonight is that the Democrat and the Republicans are the same. And a matter of fact, the Democrats would have probably get us in a war quicker than the Republican. So that's the only fact he got for tonight. Congratulations, Brandon. Africa can benefit from this, right? If they put their mind to it, right? Nigeria, Dangote in Nigeria is about to move his production from 650 barrels a day to 1 million barrels a day, which would make it the biggest single refinery in the entire world, right? And somebody said, who's going to buy Africa's Dangote oil, right? He's already selling the oil to as far away as South Africa, right? Ghana, there's a lot of countries in between Nigeria and South Africa that's buying the oil, not to mention other international away from Africa, right? So they can benefit from it. Another person say they don't. I think Al said they don't. He don't see how you're going to replace Dubai, right? As far as tourism and stuff like that. There's a lot of countries in Africa have excellent tourism to offer. Not every tourist like glitz and glamour. As a matter of fact, most traveling tourists, they like to deal with the local, like the way Dynast have his tour company running. They like to deal with local, indigenous, and that type of stuff. Safaris, local with the people and stuff like that. So there's other type of tourism, right? As far as the Middle East, we're gonna see what we're gonna see in a matter of another 2 to 4 weeks. Whatever is gonna happen is gonna happen within 2 to 4 weeks. Right? My brother is getting ready to evacuate his base. I'm not going to tell you which one he's at, but he's getting ready to evacuate the base. They're giving up that base. You see what I'm saying? There's not going to be no base right now left in the Gulf countries. All right, there's not going to be no base there. All right, so that's one thing. So that's why I said Dance before, even if America wins, right, outright, we still lose. Right? Because it's going to affect us economically, right? And so forth and so on. So we still going to lose, right? And as far as I said before, this is the last thing I'm going to say. This is the last thing.
When you say we, I'm listening to you, but what do you mean when you say we? When you say we still lose, you talking about Africa or you talking about America?
No, America. I'm talking about America.
I just want to know what you meant by we.
No, I'm talking about America. We mean America. I'm here. I'm living in America. I'm American. So I'm talking here, right? So man, you made miss my thought, right? As far as the, like I said, as far as the Middle East go, as far as Iran and America and Israel go, we're gonna see what's gonna happen within 2 to 4 weeks. And the last thing I'm gonna say is Iran will not give up. They will not give up, right? They're going to have to use whatever to stop them because they will not. They're going to fight to the death. To the death. There's no truce. Let me finish.
This, right?
But bang, let me finish.
Yeah, my bad. Go ahead.
There will be no truce. They already said it. Trump tried to get the Italians them to talk to Iran to get some kind of truce. This is like a day or two ago. You see what I'm saying? The war just started, right? And Iran said no. Israel's fate is sealed. Right? It's sealed. So you either use your nuclear weapon, right? Right? Or you stay, and they say even if you use your nuclear weapon, your fate is still sealed. You see what I'm saying? It's still sealed, right? And that's how they feel. So either take them out or leave them alone. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay, let me add this real quick, right? The next couple of weeks, right? I want people like Brandon, right? When things happen the opposite that he was, supposed to, the way he's preaching, screaming and hollering, I want him to come up on the panel and then apologize that he was completely wrong. Because it looked like people like Brandon, right? When something happens in a way that it favors him or whatever it is, and it seems like he could just twist it, he comes on and start hollering and screaming and stuff like that, right? When it's the opposite, he goes and hide a little bit. So the next couple of weeks, right? Let's give it about another month from now. If this thing is still going on, right? I want Brandon to come up and give us some real updates, because now he's saying, oh, like none of these things is not true, like the basis is not being hit at all, and all these other things, right? So he's saying that completely, like America and Iran, Israel has complete control of everything. So the next couple of weeks, please, people like him, I want him to come up as well and say exactly what's really going on. I don't want him to go and hide, because this is different. This is different. You see the weapon. You see the muscle power. This is completely different now. Because I remember the same day when Trump attacked Iran, right? People like Brandon made up live instantly. But this time it's like they had to wait back for like a couple days now before they start coming and start telling people, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. I got people right there updating me. What do you mean we don't know what you're talking about? We see it. Everybody got a cell phone. Everybody got a cell phone nowadays. Everybody got smartphones nowadays. You can't hide things like that no more. You can't hide a war going on right now. People got cell phones. You can't hide that no more.
All right, bang. I gotta pass the mic to Haru to we're closing out. Go ahead, Haru.
Yeah, I wanted to respond to Brandon. He's not here to really defend himself, but at least he did admit that America lost the Afghanistan war. And this is the point that I was trying to make. He tried to make a distinction to say that it was because of the particular president and that president's policies at the time. And I'm actually a bit shocked because I have heard Brandon in the past. He used to go under the name Pan-Africanism Strikes Back. I've just seen a transformation ever since Donald Trump got into power. And it seems he's more Trump strikes back than Pan-Africanism strikes back. And I'd love to talk to him and kind of examine his mind onto how he's made that metamorphosis and how he referred to go back to your dusty country in Africa. And this is a person who I know does business in Kenya and, has good things to say about Africa, at least in the past. So to hear him talking like that, it was almost like an FBA talking point, was a bit disappointing, but things happen. The point of this conversation, Dinus, and what it showed is, number one, in any conversation about what the outcome of this situation with America and Iran, without discussing what happened in Afghanistan to the east or Iraq to the west in terms of the American military failures in both of those campaigns, you're not having a really serious conversation. And that's just with all due respect to the people talking. I was just shocked that I didn't hear it. But in answering your question, Dinus, Africa has an opportunity to focus now. Anytime that your adversaries or the people who've been stopping your development are distracted, it is a great strategic time for Africa to develop itself. And that would be focusing on manufacturing, because we're going to have to make everything that we need in Africa, every single thing. And then also, this is an opportunity for Africa and African leaders who are serious, the ones who are serious, to actually learn from the military campaign that's happening to get up to date with a lot of this war technology that Iran is using and what America is using. This is a great time to study modern warfare, to look at the equipment, look at how Africa can make this equipment. A lot of the raw materials are coming from Africa. So this could be a great learning opportunity for us as a diaspora to understand what is the up-to-date military equipment that is being used, what is the communication systems that's being used, what are the techniques that are being used. So it's like, somebody who knows that they have to get into a fight at some point, you might want to go watch your opponents fight, right? And see what techniques that they're using and what strategies that they're using and what training they're using. So this could be a great opportunity for those who are serious about the development and the resurrection of Africa to actually learn from what's happening in the war theater, because at some point we're going to have to be able to defend ourselves. So even if we develop, and the metaphor of that is what happened to Black folks in Tulsa, Oklahoma. You can develop a place, but if you cannot defend it, then all of that work that you did will be in vain. And so though we have to build up our manufacturing of cars, our manufacturing of all types of technology, factory equipment, whatever, will then educate us into being able to manufacture defense items, whatever they may be. And let's just also keep in mind that Kwame Nkrumah in the 1960s was looking to develop nuclear capabilities for Africa. And he developed the Atomic Research Laboratory in Ghana. And as a matter of fact, you go to Ghana and there's a town in Accra, a subsect of Accra called Achimota. And Achimota, there's a neighborhood block that's called Atomic. And that is named after the Atomic Research Laboratory that Nkrumah was putting together so that Africans would also be able to be at the table and know that we would have to be able to defend ourselves. However, Kwame Nkrumah, because of his development of and his research and hiring African scientists, Black American scientists, Caribbean scientists, and African continental scientists were hired to the Atomic Research Laboratory so that Africa could actually have nuclear energy and nuclear weapons to be able to defend ourselves. Because if you do, as we see in the world, if you do not have nuclear weapons, countries that have nuclear weapons will have their way with you. And so what also this is showing is that everybody's on a race to actually get nuclear weapons. And if Africa is left out, we will never be able to be at the negotiating table. So this is an opportunity for us to resurrect the work that Kwame Nkrumah did. And in fact, the work of Kwame Nkrumah in developing Atomic Research Laboratory is what precipitated the coup d'etat in which the CIA paid, the American CIA, the American government that Brandon loves so much, is the government that precipitated the downfall and the coup d'etat of Kwame Nkrumah by paying General Kotakai and General Afrifa $10,000 US. This is what they took to actually overthrow Nkrumah, and they did it when he was outside of the country. So the CIA, the American agencies, the American project has been playing a huge role in the detriment and in the slow progress of Africa in many different ways, whether, what they did with Lumumba, what they did, whoever, we have a long list of American interventions in the progress and the development of African countries, which Brandon now calls dusty. So what we're going to have to do is not reinvent the wheel, but to build up on the wheel that's already been developed by people like Kwame Nkrumah and take this opportunity to actually advance while the heat is off of us right now. So this is how I respond in my piece.
All right, let me read this super chat. Philly Art of Vibes 808. Very surprised to see Dynas cheering on a theft of oil and resources. No, I'm just saying, look at the deal that America made with Venezuela today. Everyone, thanks so much for joining. Like, share, subscribe. But till next time, family, Dynas and Mirror Search for Huru. Peace.